Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 217 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Going up on another Tuesday. Shout out to Weather. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. We are going up on a Tuesday, and I'm not a popsicle. We ain't freeze. We lived.
I was a popsicle this weekend, brother, on that storm duty. I was out there. Ain't nothing like cold with, like, you don't want wind when it's cold.
Correct.
But dry cold is just as desolate as desert. Like, you just walking around and ain't no sound, ain't nothing, just cold all around you, touching your bones and giving you a hug, kicking your ass all through your jacket. Like,
Nope.
my jacket was just, I had like 4 layers on. It was so cold. It was like -4 with the wind chill in Atlanta.
Whew. I can say that I did pray for a long time that the Lord would take me out of the weather, and I've been out ever since. And I have not seen frigid weather, nor have I seen hurricane season. And I appreciate it. But thankful to you making sure people got electricity.
Yeah. It was cool. So we were gonna try to pod yesterday, but I didn't get off until yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was too through.
Too slew.
So,
and shout out to Kev in the back. What's good, brother?
Kev, we're supposed to add a Kev cam. I'll do that.
I like the mystery because he can say whatever he wants to.
Come on, MF Doom.
Yeah, unbeknownst. Or don't pull an MF Doom and have somebody else do it, like he did. But I'm excited, man. This is a better week for me than last week, to say the least.
Yes, sir. So y'all know what it is on Monday Night Raw. We do the live stream. We start out with our mic check. Normally, that's where we do our Hawks talk, NBA basketball, as well as any other miscellaneous news around sports other than football. And then we take a break. Then we go to college football and pro football for almost the last time, because if I'm not mistaken, the last football game will be in like 2 weeks.
February 8th, baby, Super Bowl. Go ahead, find your location, find your libation. Make it happen.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into the Hawks talk. Hawks played the Grizzlies, the Suns, and the Pacers this past week. Very interesting week for us. Got off the schneid a little bit.
A little bit.
Say that again.
I said more than just a little bit. We are there.
All right.
But yes, we did get off the schneid. The last time that we talked to you guys, we had lost 4 in a row, and it was not fun around here. It wasn't terrible. The vibes were not immaculate. We had already had a team meeting together. But we had lost 4 games, and we tried to win. And when you try to win and lose, it's not a good feeling.
We did try to win. Yeah, we tried to win.
Hey, we did our damnedest. It did not work. But this week was substantially better. We started out against the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies are a weird team. We don't know if Ja's going to get traded for 2 nickels. We also don't know if he's going to throw a grenade or shoot a grenade launcher at anybody. We don't know what Ja's going to do.
Or if he's even going to play. He hadn't even played a lot before this game. I think it was the first came back, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, and then went right back out. And then also, we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Jaren Jackson Jr. other than he won't get a rebound. That is for sure.
Yeah, we know that.
He will not get a rebound, but he played, and he played well. We got Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr., which I really did appreciate. Y'all know that we're down Risa Shea and Kristaps Porzingis. I'm not wishing for anybody to be injured, but I would like it to be a little bit more fair for all parties involved. We still came out in this game slow. I think we started out 12-1, and I'm starting to believe that that's a Quinn problem. If we start every game getting our ass kicked for the first half of the first quarter, you have to figure out what gets this team going before the tip-off. It's like we don't stretch. it's like we don't warm up. We just come out and shoot bricks for the first 5 or 6 minutes before we decide, hey, we should probably play basketball. That's a coaching thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Jalen, this Ja's a little bit like Baker Mayfield. If you piss him off, and he has to get himself going. And
or if he creates a narrative that does not exist. Let's be very clear.
They could be doing that too.
But I agree. Just for clarity's sake. For clarity. And y'all know I'm a Baker Mayfield guy. And I was a Ja guy. He's slowly pissing me off.
But him and Mo Gay got into it because Mo, our defensive stopper. He came in and I guess Ja got upset that he fouled him. And he really did, but it actually wasn't a foul, it was a jump ball. And Ja felt like he fouled him. And then when he got up, he pushed Mo. And man, I wish you would have uploaded that picture where Mo had him like, hey, chill out now. I'm 6'11", big dog. Right. Had Ja hemmed up. Ja had to laugh it off.
Ja, first of all, Mo Gay is a scholarship boy. He out here trying to get it how he can live. He on a non-guaranteed, guaranteed daily contract. Per diem is what his contract basically is. He trying to get it. And he works hard. He just started playing basketball. He was in 10th grade. And Ja is upset because I guess he was trying to reach around his head and neck to get the ball. That's what happens in basketball, brother. But Ja takes a cheap shot once Mo gets up and walks off. And then Mo proceeds to walk back over there and let Ja know, I will choke the shit out of you. And it ain't nobody. Steven Adams ain't here no more to save you. And the way that Ja pushed him, it was unnecessary. Even if you didn't like what he did, just find another time. But to create this moment out of nothing, it really kind of chapped my ass in a special way that I really didn't appreciate. I also say if you're going to be tough, then let them be tough. Let them go ahead and get their one. And what really, really upset me more than anything was at the end of this, they both got technical fouls. I don't know.
That's what the part that I didn't understand. Mo ain't do nothing.
Mo was walking away from Ja. Ja goes back and pushes him. Then, yeah, I have to let this little human know I will hurt him. I have no issue with this. I think it was great. For us, I think it kind of got us going too. Jalen ended this game after there was 21 lead changes and 14 ties, 32 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. He is kicking ass. And being on the floor with Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja, and you clearly looking like the best player on the floor, well, let me tell you, that is a great feeling. Because these are two guys, like love them or hate them, are respected and believed to be NBA superstars.
Yeah. And then Okongwu, man, if you're not like a physical center, Okongwu gonna kick your ass. No matter, like, if you, the Joel Embiids, the Giannis's, the Jokers,
people kill everybody. No, Giannis is reasonable with him. He's not, the last time we played Giannis, he didn't go crazy on us. As long as these superstars keep it under like 30, I'm mostly okay.
Had like 30 in 20 minutes. Giannis went crazy against them.
Oh, well, yeah, because he was the only person who scored. That's the Zach LaVine strategy. If there's only one person who can beat us, then you better score. You better be Wilt. And if you can't be Wilt, then it ain't gonna work. But
Okongwu was 18 and 9.
7 turnovers. Can't do that. Cannot do that.
It was struggling for him, but Luke Kennard, the addition of CJ McCollum, this is the game that I really started seeing him kind of find his way within the rotation and kind of pick his spots of when he's supposed to create his shots. I think against Milwaukee in the games last week, or the week before in the losing streak, I think he was trying to find his way. So he was shooting a lot, one, because we're missing players, but two, he didn't know when he's supposed to press, when he's not. And for all y'all that was up there, y'all posting stats on Jalen Johnson and CJ McCollum after 2 games. Jalen Johnson's CJ McCollum's usage is he's shooting more than Jalen, and Jalen's averaging 12 points a game when he's hit. Bruh, it was 2 games. 2. So now, and Quinn said, like, look, we're not going to be able to practice like we do in the summer and in the off season. So CJ's coming in here in the middle of the season, literally the middle of the season. It has to learn on the fly during the game. So now he's learning to pick his spots. And then Luke Kennard's role now goes from backup point guard and ball handler to catch and shoot. And all of a sudden, he's 6 of 6 from 3, 18 points, going crazy. So I like for this game, and really that's the theme for me for all of these games when we get into it, is that everybody's starting to figure out their role.
A couple things here. Number one, Corey Kispert is for now the starting small forward. He is literally only the starting small forward. He will go out there and he will play a lot for the first quarter and a half. And then, of course, to start the second half. In these 2 times, I ask him, like, he gives pretty good effort, but if you know we're not going to close the game with you, I want you to go all out for the 15, 20 minutes you're going to play. Because you're a big body who can cause havoc, and we're not closing games with you. You know that, we know that. CJ is going to be the addition that comes in to close the game and not you. So the best thing that you can do is early, specifically a place where we've struggled, like I just said. If you can come in and get us going and do some things early, it will do us a great deal later in the game and keep us from getting down early so we struggle. But what I'm saying is you use the minutes that you've been allotted to the best of your ability.
Can I jump in real quick? Respond to that just
Shoot.
real quick.
Shoot.
So I agree with you on that. The only thing is, for me, it seems like he's pressing. So he's like, compared to what he was doing against us in Washington when he played us and he was just shooting the lights out, seems like he's trying to get to the bucket more. And I don't know if that's the role that they want him to do, but he's much better, almost like a bigger Luke Kennard, is better at catch and shoot versus trying to get to the rim. So I agree that I want him to go all out, but I still want you to know your role. Oh,
yeah.
I want you to know your role.
I don't know what that was. But for me, the reason I say that is we don't shoot enough free throws, and we get into the paint, but we pass too much. Get in there and see if you can shoot some free throws early, brother. The other part for me, the bench, yeah, like Reggie said, y'all got to give CJ a chance. He's been playing for the Washington Wizards. They've been playing unserious basketball for the last 5 to 7 years, maybe longer. So if anybody was there, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, and y'all know where they are in their life now. That was the last time they played any level of competitive basketball. So CJ's not been playing competitive basketball. He's been playing whatever basketball he want to play. So you got to give him time to figure out where he fits in this. And we really needed him. Dyson 1-9 from 3, even though he gave us 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 turnover. Fantastic. And Dyson could hit the broadside of the barn either. He went 3 of 11 and 2 of 9 from 3. So realistically, CJ and Luke did us a favor, giving us 15, 18, and Veek giving us 7 in the 11 minutes he played. I really appreciate that. Since we don't have a superstar, we don't have one of the top 10 guys in the NBA right now, it's got to get it how you live. If we can beat you with a Kungwu and Jalen Johnson just dominating you, then we'll beat you that way. If we got to have Dyson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and CJ in a 3-guard lineup jump you and score a bunch of points that way, we can get it. And I think it would be a lot easier for us to win games if we had Kristaps. But in his absence, Koloko, 11 minutes, 5 points. This was his first real game, but you could just tell him being in the paint, it changes the decisions that people make that they were not making before. Before, where they would just be like, oh, well, I got this. I'll just go to the paint and nobody's going to stop me, and they'll probably foul me so I get an and one. Koloko with a standing 9-5 reach, that's toast. You have to make a whole different decision in the middle now. And that's one of the things that I will say. I wish we had made this move 2 weeks ago. We would probably have 3 or 4 more wins, which probably would have had us out of the play-in. Better late than never.
And McCollum has 6 assists, which really that's what I was going back to, taking the ball out of Kennard's hands, the ball handling out of Kennard's hands. That was really good. And that's why I kept saying, y'all just be patient with CJ. He going to get the bucket, and we're going to put him out there. So that was, that was a pretty good game. We were really resilient in this game because the Grizzlies just would not go away.
And the Grizzlies full stack deck minus Zach Edey. This is a good team. And Jalen Wells, very good. Yes, very good young player. Cedric Cowherd probably not going to be in the rookie of the year conversation, but a guy who basically came in and is now a starter for this team. Yeah, this team is solid. John Conchar is really the only questionable player in their starting lineup. And Gigi Jackson and Jock Londale also pretty good. KCP old, but he's a vet. This team ain't bad. Are they without focus? Yes. Do they probably not have a strategy forward facing? Yes. But is this a solid Memphis Grizzlies team? Absolutely.
Yeah. So that game was interesting. We did win 124-122. And then we came here against the Suns and we had to take on Devin Booker. And y'all have to say it now. And Dylan Brooks. They had to play Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks in that Suns team.
And Jalen Green for the 4 minutes that he played. We did win this game as well. 110-103. Jalen Johnson, 23 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists. 18 rebounds is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what everybody else was doing other than watching. And considering that the most rebounds anybody else had for the Suns was 4, and now it's Colin Gillespie, and y'all know he's not a very large human. It's a masterclass.
Yeah, this game was fun, man.
This is really Jalen flexing his muscles. Okongwu, 25 points. I mean, he only had 5 rebounds because Jalen got all the rest of them. 5 assists. This game was actually really close to a certain degree. I'm not gonna lie. We were kind of getting our ass cut by Booker.
I was about to say we were about to lose.
I'm not gonna say we were about to lose because he was using a lot of energy in order to keep them in the game, but he was doing it by himself. Then a completely impromptu accidental move. He rolls his ankle, bumping into Onyeka Okongwu, and he immediately went to the locker room, and that was basically the end of the game for us. Without Jalen Green and without Devin Booker, they don't have enough offense to get anything done over there. If you want to go back and watch some really good defense, watch Dyson Daniels put Dylan Brooks in prison.
Yes.
I'm talking about hands and feet shackled. It was as good as Dylan Brooks has played this entire NBA season, and as much as I like Dylan the Villain, he had nothing. He had nothing for Dyson.
Nah. Okongwu had 25. McCollum again came in 21 off the bench. Dyson had 8 rebounds, 4 assists. So Dyson is always he's always gonna get you something. Like, it may not be points, but he's gonna get you something. And I think he hit a 3. No, he didn't. That was the next game.
No.
He
hit 1.
But this was also the CJ McCollum game. CJ, when this game got close, CJ went on fire. He was 2 or 4 from 3, but his mid-range that he's figured out, that little shoulder check, that I think him and Jalen have to train with similar people because they both do that little shoulder check, free throw line, fade away. And there's nothing.
That little pick and roll.
Got wildly long arms to be his height.
Bank shot, jumper, runner thing that he was shooting.
Yeah. There was nothing you could do.
I need y'all y'all need to apologize to CJ. I think y'all also need to apologize to Ansi Saleh about all this Trae Young trade is terrible. It's awful. I think that there's high potential that we have CJ and Corey Kispert going into next season. And if we traded Trae for 2 functional pieces and got out of a $50 million player option, I don't, it may not be the slam dunk that you want, but it's what you needed. I think that's the thing that Atlanta sports overall need is more, hey, give me more functional players with structure than flash in the pan. I don't need no more shining. I need winning. If it don't contribute to winning, I don't really care about it anymore. Also, another Christian Coloco game, 2 blocks, 2 points. It's not going to be the box numbers that matter. It's the fact that when he's on the floor, we're not getting killed in the paint because we're playing power forwards at center. Also, as much as we played Onyeka Okongwu and Jalen Johnson, we need other guys to kind of step up and play some minutes. Okongwu is, like I tell y'all every week, he's played the most center of anybody in the NBA. He is one of the smallest centers in the NBA. That is going to take a toll on your mind, body, and soul. Jalen Johnson, y'all have seen some of these games where he's been unstoppable, and some of these games where he looks like he's a little gassed. We got Asa Newell. We got Moge. The best thing that Quinn can do right now is play a 10-man rotation. Play 10 guys.
I don't understand. Mo Gay will come in and get a block, a steal, a hard foul that'll stop a fast break, and a dunk, and then he just won't play no more. And I get it, the versatility in this one, because Phoenix is not a big team other than Mark Williams, and they just ran him off the court. He couldn't really keep up. You can then go small, and Quinn likes to play small. But I would love to see Mo Gay and Koloko, or Mo Gay and Okongwu, maybe Jalen at the 3. But again, you can wish all you want until you get Zachary Ricochet back. I'm not talking about Porzingis anymore. Whenever he comes back, he comes back. Yeah. But Zachary Ricochet back, you kind of got to make do.
So what I think and what I've heard as far as what I've read is that it will probably be the matchup of Koloko and Jalen Johnson together, because you got Jalen Johnson doing so many different things on offense. Koloko on the back end kind of fixes the defense. So like in this, where he played 39 minutes, he going to run out of gas, and you can see it. He gets tired. You got to run the offense. You got to get 18 rebounds, and you got to score 23 points. Well, yeah, as good as you are, you're going to run out of gas somewhere. And if Koloko can just stand there in the paint, and I will say, as a guy who's kind of been a young but NBA journeyman, the fact that he's gone different places, I think he kind of figured out pretty quick, oh, I got to learn how to play standard center everywhere I go and do it at a high level. And I think that they're going to probably potentially give him a contract here if he continues to play like this.
Yeah, he definitely will. I think Hawks were just fortunate. The misfortune for him was coming out of Arizona. He had them blood clots or something like that.
Well, I mean, he's also been a Laker, and he been some other places.
He was a Grizzly too, but some of that was because, I mean, he fell in the draft because of the blood clots.
Absolutely.
It was. I think if he was fully healthy, I think once somebody's gonna keep him. You're right. Him being a journeyman probably makes his motor run hot, meaning I got to stay here.
And you get to see kind of the mix of, okay, I get to watch a little bit of what Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zach Edey are doing here. I'm watching Jackson Hayes and XYZ here at the Lakers. So just by going from place to place, you're like, okay, I can steal that. I can steal that. And hey, I got to get it how I live. When I get on the floor, I have to be under control, which he is. And he plays very vertically. And it also helps that your standing reaches almost 10 feet on a 10-foot rim.
Yeah, he runs the court, and he takes advantage. He's the guy that you talk about when you say, I want you to play all out. If you're only going to play 12, 15 minutes, he sprints up and down the court.
And foul him. I don't care what you do. You got 5 fouls, and if we have to go small ball after that, whoop their ass first.
Yeah. So we won that game. Shout out to CJ McCollum. Again, picked up the slack. Dyson was spending a lot of energy defensively. His role reminds me of Jamal Crawford. That's what Jamal Crawford used to do. CJ, come in. Jamal, come in.
Yeah. Come on and cook.
We need, they shoot. Bibby only shooting 15% from 3 for the game. Right. Go crazy.
And I mean, this is the thing. Eventually, you hope that you get at least Ricochet back, which will give us a bump on offense because we'll play faster. But also, if God forbid we ever get Kristaps, that's really his ability to really take some offense really makes us a really good team at that point. And at that point where we go into a lot of games, we're like, man, we could win this game, we could lose this game. We should go into games saying we could win this game. Now, after this year, you're going to have to find a Kristaps replacement that's consistent. It can't be. He can't be here. I hate to say it, but he does prove concept that hey, if you have a big center who can come off the bench and play 20 minutes, this thing will work like clockwork. And if they have any bit of offensive skill and play 20 minutes, this team is very scary.
Oh, wait till we get to the next game. We got a center with a little bit. I didn't know Coloco could shoot.
Oh,
I
hey,
didn't know that at all.
Coloso, baby. And then this is the game that Reggie is talking about. This is the third win in the row. We beat the Pacers 132 to 116. And there was a Dyson baptismal. You probably shouldn't have jumped with him. This is a poor life decision, and he flushed on you. This was the third in a row. We're 23 and 25 now. The Pacers are god awful on the road, 3-20. But they played well for the vast majority of this game. McCollum, 23 points. Dyson, when he has these type of games, there's nothing you can do. 22 points, 9 assists. I think he was probably the best player in this game. Not a great game from Jalen. 15, 7, and 6, 4 turnovers and 4 steals. 15, 7, and 6, and you having a bad game is a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have.
Yeah, Indiana's defense, the past 2 games, Indiana and Phoenix, we go through these lulls on offense where we have turnover, and it's like live ball turnovers. It's getting ripped, dribbling the ball off our foot and they pick it up, or a bad
stupid pat, and I love Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You're good for one. Just what in the hell pass are you doing? A game where it's like you just have a temporary lapse of thought and you just give the ball away. And you do so many things. I don't want to complain, but if we're going to be a serious basketball team, we can't have that. Now, the other part about this is this has to be expected when you have the Trae Young trade. The one thing that Trae was an excellent facilitator. And even though he was pretty high on turning the ball over, when he had the ball, the team did not turn the ball over basically at all outside of him because he always had the ball in his hand. We have a lot of people who are now facilitating more. Jalen, CJ, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson, even to a certain degree of Kongwu in the way that he's passing the ball. So you have people who are not as natural and as good as the best guy in the NBA. So this is going to be it, but we're going to have to be more mindful and more responsible with the ball as we try to compete and get out of this play-in. With that being said, Siakam cut our ass for a little bit. Then we cut his water off. That was nice to see.
So, yeah, I was saying, like, with the turnovers, I don't like, and it's a Quinn philosophy, but Okongwu did it at the beginning and Quinn called timeout. He went in and he had a layup and he did like a fancy pass to Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the corner and he missed the shot. And I was like, bro, you got to take that layup. And I think finally Quinn was like, hey, guys, I know I prefer the 3, but y'all got to hit these layups. Y'all got to hit these layups because the Pacers are a really well-coached team. They don't have the talent right now because they're built around Tyrese Halliburton and they lost their center. No matter how much Miles Turner does not rebound, he did shoot and stretch the floor, which they don't really have right now. So they have to overly rely on Pascal Siakam. But once we decided to actually just go to the rim, which is what I've been asking, every episode I come on here and say, Dyson, shoot the ball. When you get into the paint, you 6'6", shoot the ball. Dyson dunked on that dude and then hit a 3. I said, oh, Dyson going for 20 tonight. 22 points.
He is definitely feast or famine, but he's an old school Atlanta Hawk where, all right, bro, I might not have it tonight. On the nights that I don't have it, I'll be the best offensive rebounder on the team, and I'll probably get you 6, 7, 8, 9 assists. Now, I will say that Rick Carlisle was very weird in the rotation that he rolled out for this lineup. He started Johnny Furphy, which I like because I'm a Furphy fan, but Jay Huff played 3 minutes in this game. And this is a perfect game for Jay Huff to play against a guy who, Onyeka Okongwu and Jay Huff are not the same, but a decent matchup of guys who have skill sets where it could have been a battle. I don't know why he only played 3 minutes and was only put in for garbage time. He would have spaced the floor a little bit better, especially after we went on the 17-0 run in the third quarter and you needed to come back. I don't understand why they didn't go to him, because at least he could shoot. I mean, he can shoot it.
And I didn't. Yeah, and you talked about bringing in Mo, who played Pascal and was annoying Pascal. But again, I'm gonna highlight CJ McCollum again because y'all was talking so bad. 23, 8, and 7. I'm gonna say that again. He had 8 rebounds, but he had 7 assists. CJ was playing well, and finally at the end of the game, we just decided to jump Pascal Siakam and Benedict Mathurin and McConnell, because McConnell was cooking us, and Benedict Mathurin had 16 points at halftime. And I was like, hey guys, y'all got to guard him. And in the second half, when we went on that run, 17-0, I think it ended up being like 24-7, a 24-7 run. That's when you kind of took the will of the Pacers away from there. And CJ and Coloco. What is Coco Coloco Loso? I'm loco for Coloco is what Bob Rathbone said.
Bob, yeah. Shout out to Bob
he hit
Rathbone,
a 3.
man, the GOAT.
He had a 7-point, and during that 17-0 run, he had a 7-point stretch where he hit a 3, got a block, ran the floor, got a dunk, came back, got a rebound, ran the floor, hit a jump hook, and they called timeout. I said, oh my God, do we have a 7-footer that can do that plays?
Man. Now, I had to go back and pat myself on the back, because as soon as we signed him, I said, this is a great signing by Onsi Saleh. He was able to get a center with size who has a decent amount of athleticism and did not have to lose a roster spot. As a slam dunk. And I want to thank Christian Coloco for proving me to be right. I wish we got him 2 weeks earlier. We probably would not have lost as many games, but he's been everything that we've asked for. Yeah, apparently
the rotation once Zachary Ricochet gets back, because if Coloco is going to play this well,
Kisper's out of there.
Huh?
No, Kisper's out of there. Kispert is out of there. Kispert is the guy.
Yeah, but you also have Mo, and you also have, even though they sent Asa down there to College Park, he had like 40 points.
So for me, this is where Quinn has to coach. If I need more points, then I think Coloco should be the bar none backup 5. For all the backup 5 minutes, play Coloco. Now, in the 4 minutes, you got 2 options. You could play Ricochet at the 4 now if you need to, because him and Coloco, CJ McCollum, and Kennard, they work perfectly fine. You can put that lineup out there, and before we were rolling out a lineup which just did not give us enough scoring. Now we don't have that problem. And the 5 that he's playing with, Coloco is big enough where he's not, Ricochet is not responsible for any rim protection. The other part is, and I prefer, if you need a defensive stopper with your backup 5, then play Mo. If we're up and we want to score more points, then play Asa. Just situational basketball. Whatever you need and whatever you think will get us over the hump, that's what I would do. If our starting lineup is getting killed and we got to go to the bench, then put Mo out there to harass somebody. I think that that's the wisest decision, and that gives us the most opportunity to match up and take advantage of matchups instead of matchups always taking advantage of us.
Where does that leave Veet? Because Veet was getting all the minutes. He was getting all the minutes earlier. He was shooting. He got a little cold, and now he's averaging like 2 minutes a game now.
It's tight. Hey, man, we out here trying to win basketball games. And when you can help us win basketball games, you play. When you can't help us win basketball games, you can't play. That's what I said. I don't care about this flash in the pan. Do you help us get closer to winning games? If the answer is no, then put your warm-up on and be loud.
Which he is. He's a team player.
Right.
And when he gets in, he's gonna be because he can if he can get his shot back to just half of what he was shooting because he was on fire before. Then that gives you the option to now kind of get, as Norwood says, Norwood as we call him 2K. You get 2K ish. Now you can have like Veet, Kennard, Kispert, CJ, and then Coloco, and you can just shoot the lights out all day long and do whatever you need to do. Or you can kind of mix and match depending on your opponent. But that's on you, V. You're gonna have to get your shot back right for that to happen.
And I mean, let's be real. We got a lot of basketball to play. Injuries. V still he can play 4 or 5 games if for anybody, roll an ankle, any of those type of things. CJ is getting older. Shit, y'all asking him to play at 1:30 in the afternoon. I mean, in some of these times, yeah, V, you gonna get the shot. We want to, keep everybody as fresh as we can. I really hope that we kind of, especially with a Kung Wu and Jalen, I want them to play less minutes. I'm happy that Kung Wu, when All-Star goes, he'll get a break. Everybody else will get a break. I'm glad we don't have not a single rising star. I know that Jalen's gonna go though because this will be his first All-Star, and he's playing out of his mind. He's a representation of the Hawks, but he needs some rest. We're trying to go into this last third of the season, and we got to make some moves here. We got to pass some people. So yeah, I want my guys to be fresh and ready. But I think that Coloco and CJ McCollum on the bench, we are 8-16 when we get outscored from the bench. We are 15-9 when we outscore people from the bench, and we've been scoring 42 points since January 11th off the bench. That makes the game completely different for us.
I agree.
It feels good to win.
Well, yeah.
Because after the 4 half whoopings in a row, we needed to bounce back. We got a couple tough games coming up. I know we play Houston and we play Boston. I want to beat Boston because I don't know why they're better than us, other than Sam Hauser just shoots the cover off the ball. But
and Jaylen Brown.
Yes, that was going to be my next point. Is I want Mo and Jaylen Brown very early, and they already like to go with a 3-guard lineup anyway. Play Mo at the 3 and let him harass Jaylen Brown, please.
Yeah, I mean, you got 6 fouls with Mo. So I think that's what you with Jaylen.
And they don't have a big. It's not like they're a big team either.
Yeah,
let's play big.
Mo, even though that might get you in the bonus, it'll keep hitting. I mean, last game he had 30 points at halftime. He had 15 points. He outscored us in the first quarter almost by himself.
If he don't do that heavy lifting, they probably ain't gonna get it. Especially if we still got Dyson and Q Alexander Walker to like. I don't think Derek White gonna torch us. Now you can't let Sam Hauser shoot open threes either. That can't happen. But outside of that, I think that we can beat them. Then we play the Rockets. Then we get the Pacers and Miami and Utah and Charlotte and a Minnesota team that's struggling. We could make some hay right now. We really need it to get out of this play-in.
Yep. Injuries wise, Porzingis is going to be reevaluated in a week. He has resumed basketball activities after being out with Achilles tendonitis. Anything dealing with the lower calf or the heel in that area, they are not going to play you. You can go ahead, shout out to Kevin Durant and Tyrese Halliburton. Once that happened, it's over with. You'll never, if you have any tightness in the calf, you're not going to play. And I understand we frustrated. I'm frustrated because of Porzingis, but you also got to realize this is why we signed him. We signed him knowing that he's not going to play a lot, that he got basically a dead leg. He's got POTS. And at this point, you just
he got to pick a struggle, bro. You can't fall apart inside and outside now.
He's just trying. He's expiring. The contract, honestly, not him.
Honestly, we're doing him a favor because we could just say play because you ain't gonna be here next year anyway.
No, we letting you rehab, and when you come in the game, just be tall. That's all we need you to do.
But
And then
I do
Ricochet.
think that Coloco takes the pressure off, and I think that now it's like let's I hate to say it, but you finna get the Trey Young treatment next. See if we can win without him too, and if so, you too. Which I think he already knows he'll be somewhere else next year.
Yeah, and then Ricochet going down to College Park.
That was for
He's
practice. He's never gonna be down there. Just went down there because they were gonna have practice and we not.
right. Well, no. I know he was ramping up. He's considered day to day because of that knee bone contusion, which is I think just scientific word for a deep bruise
Right.
on his knee. So Coloco coming in and playing well has bided us time with those two.
Correct.
Ricochet comes in and now you can play him at the 2, which is very, very interesting. Off the and makes our bench kind of crazy. Or you can start him. I don't know how you feel about it. I would rather. Well, you got to start him.
Yeah,
Never mind. You got to start.
Ricochet is yeah. Kisper, while he's being a very good placeholder, he's not the starter in this situation. Now, there are a couple of things I want y'all to pay attention to. Number one, we have a back-to-back. So we play Wednesday and Thursday. So I assume Ricochet to play one and not the other. The other thing is
Ooh, and it's Boston
trade
Rockets.
Yes. So I assume he plays one, does not play the other. And we will both be traveling on that back-to-back, us and the Rockets. So I assume us both to be tired. You probably get more VEET minutes than that. And also, y'all just need to remember, I think it's February 5th is the NBA trade deadline. So you will have teams that are literally making season decisions in the next week of, hey, are we going to continue to try to stay competitive? Or, hey, are we putting this season in the tank like I think Utah has? I think
Speaking
Memphis
of trade deadline,
should.
what about AD?
Should. I
They
think
really trying to push that.
That is fake news and propaganda from Rich Paul. Nobody wants AD. Nobody is stupid. Nobody's going to be stupid. Nobody's going to be interested in that. They're now content with keeping AD through the end of the season. He's not going anywhere.
So you think we stand pat at the trade deadline?
No, I think that there's potential for us to make a small move, but no large swing. I don't think that there's anything that's super available that we want to be attached to. We rather get through the season, get to the draft, and then if we're interested in a person, make a move. But
what small moves have you heard about?
I'm not sure yet. I ain't heard no small moves, but I could see Kennard going if we're more in a position to see what's available. We're gonna go to the store, everybody gonna put out, hey, this is what I got for sale. If we feel like, some of these teams are gonna try to get under, lose some money here. So if we can swap out, then we might be interested. But something, it's got to be a steal, or if there are picks involved, we might be interested. But outside of that, I think we're probably chilling at this point.
That's what I figured. That's what I've read. Everything was they trying to force AD on us, and because literally the other one was of course Giannis, but he's hurt. AD's hurt. There's really nowhere else to go, and we don't want Jaren Jackson Jr. So I think we're going to end up standing pat. We may end up taking on a salary if it involves picks, is what I think might happen.
The only thing is we're so close to the tax. We ain't going to the tax for no reason. So right. So that's the reason I think that somebody has an $11 million guy that they'd like to swap out that we might be more interested in now that we have Corey Kispert. Then that might be it. But Kristaps, he's not going anywhere. Ja, I think, has another ankle issue. He's going to stay pat. Giannis is not going to play for 4 to 6 weeks, which has tanked the Bucks. And Kuminga, I don't think that was in the cards for us in the first place, even though might have been talked into that.
To start him at the 3?
No. put him on the bench as a 3. He is not playing. Best thing that he can do now is play. And if he played well, I could possibly be talked into then maybe parting ways with Ricochet if there was somebody who really wanted a humdinger deal for us. And yeah, I don't think that I like Ricochet and I like Kuminga. I think Kuminga may be a better basketball player right now than Ricochet. If I could get Kuminga and then I could also move Ricochet and get, a real deal or a person who I think really pushes us over the top, I can be talked into that for sure.
I don't think there's many players that could push us over the top from a 5 standpoint for Ricochet that I'd be willing to go get. I don't think Giannis is going to come to Atlanta. And
No,
there's really
I'm talking
no other
about
5
like
available.
there are some guys on rookie contracts that you could probably be interested in, especially if Walker Kessler was healthy. If you could give,
for the season.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, if I was able to get Kuminga and then say, "Hey, I'll send y'all Ricochet, y'all send me Walker Kessler," I could 1,000% be talked into that.
Yeah. Well, we can speculate all day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the only other big trade piece that's still available that is being talked about, even though they won today by 16, is Cat and the Knicks.
And, Big Cat.
And they talking about Cat going to Orlando, which would be interesting for sure. There would be no defense, but it would be interesting.
So, number one, I told y'all from day one, as much as I think that people did enjoy Karl Anthony Towns, and I think the Karl Anthony Towns experiment has been pretty solid in New York, his demeanor and New York's demeanor was always going to end up like this. Y'all had to know this. It was going to be great until it wasn't. And I said that when they traded him. Y'all know who Cat is, and he's always been that person. And y'all know who New York is, and they've always been that city. This is oil and water. You can stir it up, and it'll look like it's going to mix, and then what's going to happen? It's going to separate. So the first question I have to ask is, who do you think won the Cat Julius DiVincenzo trade?
Push. Ain't nothing. What was the? I mean, no, New York, because New York made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Right. So
wait, didn't they go to the Western Conference Finals
with Julius? They lost to Dallas. Yes, because he was cooking Gobert. No, Julius wasn't there. Yeah, he was. He was there.
Yeah,
he was going crazy. A push, but if to me, the thing is, both of these players are back on the block.
Like, no, they're not.
Cat is rumored.
Julius is not up for sale. Kevin, you got to type in there so we can hear you. But Julius, you better not call and ask about Julius.
Well, Julius was earlier in the season. They were talking about trading Julius. Okay, yeah, there you go. Studio.
Yeah,
chat.
No,
not studio chat. Comments. But yeah, so Julius was, and then they took him off, and Cat wasn't, and they put him on. So to say who won, whoever plays well enough to keep the player, I guess, is what I would say.
Wait, and the Timberwolves have been to the conference finals back to back, Mavs and OKC. I think that the Mavericks are winning this.
The Timberwolves might.
not the Mavericks. I think the Timberwolves have won this.
They may have won that. They may have won it.
And that was always my thing.
For both, though. It was time.
I don't believe it. I think people be just saying that it's a necessary time to get rid of Julius. And every time people get rid of Julius, I think it's a bad idea.
I think it's necessary for Cat and Gobert in Minnesota to part.
Sure. But I think that the Lakers should have kept Julius. I think the Pelicans should have kept Julius. I think the Knicks should have kept Julius. And I think that the Timberwolves have no interest in moving Julius. And the thing about it is, it was always Julius his contract was $30 million. Karl Anthony Towns' contract is going to be 50, and he's going to get paid again.
Julius is a better fit with Rudy, for sure. To me, even though they're both 7-footers, Cat refusing to do anything he really can't do anything in the paint, and Julius still can at least be a big body, and he still can post. He can still move you out the way. He can still hit the little floater. So yeah, I mean, you talked me into it. I would say Minnesota won it, especially if they trade Cat. Now, if they trade Cat and get like Banchero back, then But if they trade Cat, they got to figure out what they're gonna do. Because what you gonna trade him for? You have to get what? Mo Wagner. You would assume Franz or Banchero.
No, I'm trying. I don't know what, and I wish Sneaky was in here to tell us. I don't know what the Magic are gonna do. They need to probably move. This is just my opinion. I think they need some of them draft picks back for Suggs. They gave the house away, and now they don't have draft picks, and everybody's expensive. You probably need to get some good young players that can play and not cost a brick. And you got Anthony Black, who you're going to have to make a decision on, I think, either this year or next year.
Well, the decision made. Suggs is out of there, brother.
But, I mean, who you going to get to take him? He's paid a lot of money, and you can't just give him away after you gave away 5 picks or 3 picks. You gave away a lot for him.
For Suggs? They drafted Suggs.
No. For Bane. And Suggs ain't cheap either. Suggs like $30 million a year.
Well, then the answer it would be Mo, Wendell Carter Jr. And it's gonna have to be Franz or Banchero, because that's the only way you make the money work, right? Well, it'd be Franz.
Now the good thing about the Suggs contract is this is the first year, and it's de-escalating. 35, 32, 29, 26, 26. That's good. That is Jalen Suggs.
Yeah. So it would be Suggs, Wendell Carter Jr., Mo Wagner would probably be the 3 that you would trade for Cat to make the salaries work. Because the Knicks salary got to match, right?
Yeah.
And Cat's at what, 54, 56?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the salaries match before you throw in the picks, unless you get a third team. Now, I could talk to you about 2-team trades all day. Once you get into your 2K, three team
trades is a whole different.
I don't know none of that.
I think it's a 3-team trade too, but I don't. This is such a weird trade market because.
Oh, well, then send him to Minnesota.
Everybody who
Suggs. They need a point guard.
Or Miami. Suggs would be perfect for Miami. He's a boot camper. He is a boot camper.
3-team trade is a no-team trade.
This trade market is so weird though, because nobody seems to want to make a move, and all the big pieces are injured. So it's
I've been saying that in my mind for the last 2 days. I was like, I don't think nothing gonna happen. I think we're gonna get a whole lot of speculation. Ain't nothing gonna happen.
If nothing happens, then there are certain people who need to be. There are certain teams that are dumb.
I say weird.
Right. I had to make sure I said the right thing, because Grizzlies, y'all have to figure out what you're going to do. If y'all are not going to be competitive, then you need to unload some salaries and get some draft picks. Bucks. I think that they're just in a bad situation because they've waited too late on Giannis. This is what happens. You can't wait until the offseason, because that gets you deeper in. First of all, you're going to waste everybody's time now, because you wasted 2 seasons because you didn't know what to do with Giannis. If I'm any of those young guys, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not playing with y'all no more. Or I'm gonna charge you an arm and a leg. Now,
What do you?
now
I
the
don't
other
see it
part
happening.
is no. That's the reason I'm saying now that we're like I said, trade deadline February 5th, and the Bucks don't have a way to anything.
No,
They're just stuck. I would probably do my best to try to unload Miles Turner if I could.
Who's gonna take no rebounding $100 million Miles Turner?
Hey, you put it out there by the end of the street, see if somebody will take it. Maybe they will.
Charlotte.
No, Charlotte got Ryan Kalkbrenner in draft picks. I'm not, and they score. I'm good.
A lot.
Right. But that I will be trying to move bad contracts. Same thing with the Bulls. Y'all need to be trying to make calls and find a way to dump Patrick Williams. Just riding the Patrick Williams wave makes no sense to me.
Ain't that $90 million? When this contract $90 million?
Yeah, it's like 27 million in a year. Pacers, y'all are in the tank. Wizards, y'all in the tank. Nets, Michael Porter Jr. or bust. And that's really it from the East. On the West, it's really just the Grizzlies. The Kings should do something because y'all are old. But that's it. The Grizzlies and the Mavericks are going to tank out. But the Grizzlies letting the Clippers pass them, that's a problem.
Why? I mean, we assumed the Clippers were going to get it together if they stayed healthy. They still had Kawhi.
First of all, they spotted you. They came in 6-15. Second of all, you have Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. You're paying money through the nose. You're not going like, and I'm not sure if they have draft picks. They probably do have those Orlando Magic draft picks.
Yeah.
But that don't do nothing for you winning or losing. You'd still need to be winning. So
try to rob the Lakers again.
Yeah. But that's really it. Those are the teams that I'll watch. Trailblazers, I think they're gonna do their damnness to try to win. Warriors gonna hold on for Steph. The Suns is gonna hold it in the road. Timberwolves, Timberwolves, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Spurs, Thunder, all trying to win a chip. So it's like three teams that just have no clue. Grizzlies, Bulls,
what they doing?
Bucks. Grizzlies, Bulls, Bucks. Y'all are the Three Stooges. Congrats.
Yeah,
and they probably fire all of y'all front offices because y'all have no clue what you're doing. We're gonna move right on now. Here we go. East All-Stars, Cade Cunningham, check box. Tyrese Maxey, check box. Giannis, question mark. Jalen Brunson, question mark. Jaylen Brown, check box. I don't know if Giannis should be the starter, and I don't know if Jaylen Brown should be the starter. I mean, Jalen Brunson, excuse me.
Is this just positionless? Because remember, they used to do 3 guards, 2 forwards, or front court, back court is what they used to do.
I think that they're doing something.
3-point guards, a shooting guard, and a point forward.
Yeah, I think that because they're doing the verse the world thing, they're doing it a little bit differently. But this is 3 backcourt and 2 front court, and it's typically 2 backcourt and 3 front court. I don't know. They be making up these all-star rules every year so that people are interested, and people are just not interested.
Joel hasn't played enough to start, I guess.
Man, Joel ain't played enough to be an all-star.
I would have, I guess, because all of these teams are also, aside from Giannis, take away Giannis because Giannis is Giannis. He's a super duper star. The rest of the 4 are the number 1 team in the East, the number 2 team in the East, number 3 team in the East, and then the 76ers with Tyrese Maxey, who I think are 6. So they're all winning teams. And I think that's probably why you won't see Jalen up here, even though he has the second most triple doubles in the league behind the unicorn, the GOAT, the Joker. So I would have liked to see him get some more consideration, but we're not winning enough.
Okay. Has he not played better than Giannis? We got more wins than them.
But that's why I said take Giannis away. Giannis is LeBron, KD.
Fair
It
enough.
used to be Joel if he
I don't
were
like it. I don't like
eligible.
it, but
You just gonna
I'll
start
allow
to
it.
start. Like they gonna put you in there because your name is Giannis. And yeah, 30, 20, and whatever against us. So
So
the East is
shit.
cool. I'm not mad at it. Jalen's they're all winners and they're rewarding winning. Aside from Giannis.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think that there's somebody else. I think that should be in the East. Oh, I think Donovan Mitchell before Jalen Brunson. Yeah, yeah.
The dozens of dimes. Yeah. Yeah. He's been cooking this year.
Yeah, the dime a dozen versus small guard. I mean,
I
small
think they
guard versus
went
small
with
guard, really.
bigger market, better record. That's all I got.
Fair enough. But I do think Jalen Johnson should be a starter, but it is what it is. Then in the West, SGA, check box. Joker, check box, but I don't think that he'll qualify because I think that he's gonna miss too many games. Luka, check box. Steph, I don't know. And Wemby.
Wemby, yeah.
I think that Anthony Edwards should be starting over Steph.
A lot of people were upset that Anthony Edwards was not starting. They definitely have him starting over Steph. I think if Joker becomes ineligible, then you probably put Ant there. Because you got Wemby as your front court. But yeah, Ant deserves to be there. Julius deserves to be an all-star. I don't know if he deserves to start, but he deserves to be an all-star.
Julius ain't gonna make the conversation.
Nope.
That's unfortunate. I mean,
he's playing really well.
Denny, KD, LeBron is the guy who don't need to be an all-star and won't be. I mean, Julius might make it there because some of these guys, you're right. Kawhi and LeBron, I'm pretty sure I'll have to go back and check. They don't have enough games. They don't have enough games. So I think that we'll get there once everything is said and done and all of the games play out and those type of things. But I definitely think that Anthony Edwards should be starting over Steph. But I think that's we'll do you a solid type of thing. Same thing with Giannis, lifetime achievement type of thing.
Yep. But that's that. I mean, I'm just waiting to see when Jalen makes it because he deserves it.
If they don't, we will ride in the streets. Safely, hopefully. And then finally, Trinity Rodman becomes the world's highest paid women's soccer player in a contract that the Women's Soccer League initially rejected. But when you know your value, you make them come back. She makes $2 million a year. That puts her as the, once again, highest paid women's soccer player in the entire world. It's a 3-year extension that goes through 2028. And this kind of has the European markets on notice.
Yeah. This is a big win for the NWSL. Keeping one of your people here versus going overseas, which is in the international soccer market. I mean, normally overseas can pay you. And then right after overseas in Europe and all of that, you still got South American leagues. And if you really just want to make money, you can always go to the Middle East. So for her to decide to stay here,
we'll pay you for anything.
Well, I don't know, but actually that might not be right for women's soccer in the Middle East. I don't know about
that. But also not the most conducive to women's rights.
But the law is Sharia. So
oh Lord.
But again, for her, this was
red
the equivalent
flag,
of like
red card, yellow card now.
This was the equivalent of the MLS bringing over some of the older big names. But the fact that she's in her prime is a big deal. Wow, the Pistons are going crazy. Is a big deal. So shout out to Trinity Rodman. That's a big deal. And shout out to women's soccer. It's a lot of fans here.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head here. The biggest thing was maintaining your star in your country. And she is a star No doubt about it. Shout out to the Rodman jeans. They are real. But keeping her in America was a big W. And pay what you owe. Pay these people, man. Shit ain't
You don't
cheap.
have to. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end. I think we're in the end. We have come to the end of the mic check. We are going to take a quick break, and then we will be back for episode 217. We'll jump into NCAA football real quick, and then we'll do NFL football. Got a lot to talk about. Falcons focus, Stefanski's introductory press conference had a lot of notes. Got a lot of notes from there that we're going to discuss. And then we'll go to conference championship weekend, followed by more coaching carousel and 2 news articles that I did not see coming. We'll end with that.
So my game plan here is we're going to get through NCAA. We're going to have a brief primer on the changes. We're going to laugh at a decision that a school has made. We're going to get quick timeout, beverages, and then close it out with football.
Yeah, we're gonna spend some time on this Falcons though. Well, I got a lot of notes for it. I can spend time on it, but we're gonna talk about this Stefanski stuff. There's a couple red flags in his discussion that I ain't like hearing. So
but we're gonna do the college football, then we're gonna come back, have a little drink break. Then we come out and close out with the NFL. Once again, like, follow, subscribe. Thank you guys for rocking with us. It is crazy that football season is almost over.
That means it's about to be warm.
I guess you haven't looked outside lately or looked at anything. Not for the next 14 days. We ain't gonna be nothing but cold and miserable. and cold. That's the reason you should like, follow, subscribe. Go back and listen to last episode 216, Smoking Sig. We shall be right back.
No, stay tuned. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 217 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw, going up on a Tuesday. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined, we are your HBCU homeboys. And you're right, 217 episodes. Stronger and wiser. I'm better now.
217, bruh. If you are listening to the playback, we appreciate you for tuning in. Please go back, like, follow, and subscribe. Listen to our mic check, aka Hawks Talk and NBA segment. Also, a little quick segment on Trinity Rodman as well. We discussed the last 3 games of the Hawks. Talked extensively about the trade deadline and All-Star game as well. So, with that being said, y'all know what it is. Gonna start out with football, and we're gonna end with football because football is almost over. We're gonna do NCAA football first. I know y'all probably like NCAA football. Why are we doing that? The national championship game was 2 weeks ago, or last week. Well, with NCAA football, there's been some changes. What are the changes? Playoff changes have happened. There has Sneaks was good, man. Man, you missed our talk on basketball, Sneaks. Go back and listen to it. There's some been changes in college football. I think Norwood can go more in depth to it, but I there's one part that I just do not like. Go ahead.
Okay. So for the first part, the format remains the same. You're still gonna have 12 teams, 5 conference championships, and 7 at-large bids. The Power 4 conference champions, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and SEC, and the highest ranked group of 6 champion are guaranteed spots. Revenue changes, the SEC and Big 10 are set to receive more than half of the total revenue. I think that, that comes with
More
territory.
teams, more revenue. That's what happens.
Yes. And overall, the decision to stay at 12, SEC wants to go to 16. Big 10 is trying to push for 24 teams.
Basically, make it the FCS playoffs.
Correct. And of course, y'all know about the Notre Dame guaranteed clause. If they're in the top 12, then they must. Then they're guaranteed a spot in the playoff.
And this is the part that I said I do not like. I do not like it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like it. I think it's bullshit. I think you reward crybabies. I think that Notre Dame should have to get into a conference. I think that you should be better schedulers. I think that y'all are crying y'all cried y'all way to an automatic bid after losing. It's not like y'all won. The team that y'all tried to replace beat you. And then y'all gonna cry y'all way to an automatic bid if you're ranked 12th or higher. You're going to be ranked 12th or higher because you're not in a conference. It's gonna happen. So y'all should be forced to be in the conference. This is some bullshit. I'm sorry for your Notre Dame fans. Y'all know y'all gonna come in the comments and say all these things about, oh, you're the one crying. Man, I ain't crying. I'm just disgusted. This is disgusting. This is trash. This is sad. This is a cat. Another name for a cat.
I don't understand this because the last time that Notre Dame won a championship, I was 2 years old. Y'all know who followed me. I'm approaching 40 here in April. That means 38 years since the last time they won a championship. I don't understand why they're getting preferential treatment and still can't win a championship. You've been getting this. You're the only people who play on NBC. You don't have to get in the conference in football. You get in a conference in basketball. You just here to take advantage. I think that the SEC and the Big 10 have to get together and agree that they're not going to deal with Notre Dame going forward because they're taking advantage. And I think that this is despicable and deplorable. I don't even understand outside of just strictly we have a really big fan base and we have tons of money. That's it.
I'm totally disgusted. I hope they get boat raced. I hope they get beat up like they was in the BCS. Like I hope that they never prosper, ever.
I'm gonna tell you, if I was a voter, I would never put them
play real football.
I would just drop them as a 13 for everything. What's your ranking? 13. You can't get to 12. 13. What's your ranking? 13. We won all the games. 13. Sir, we undefeated. 13. Why can't we get to 12? Because you won't get in the conference.
And a lot of people feel like we feel. A lot of people are really talking about not scheduling them. Why?
I think that there is there's no longer a benefit. I think that we are going to get to a point where people are going to say fuck it. And I'm excited for it, to be completely honest. It's much needed. Like, and let's be real. None of us care about watching Notre Dame either. It's not like, oh, it's must-watch TV. The last time it was must-watch, we was looking for Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
She showed up like their defense in the BCS game too.
Oh my God. They both went miss. Couldn't find them. Nowhere to be found. You look left, not there. Look right, not there either.
Oh man. But yeah, that's really all I got for them. It's gonna be interesting going forward. This whole college football landscape. I got a couple things we'll talk about after this next piece of hilarious news. Arthur Smith, your boy.
And by my boy, this is in fact the person who is least my boy in my boy history. It's been a crazy journey for him. And it's not like crazy good. He was the Falcons head coach.
Give you a background. Go ahead. No, you got it.
Steelers offensive coordinator. Now you the Ohio State Buckeyes offensive coordinator. And like the thing about it is you've never been good at it. Like you gonna keep failing until they find out what level you're supposed to be. But let me tell you, if I'm a tight end, I am headed to Ohio State. If I'm a wide receiver, I'm getting the hell out of Ohio State. I don't know what people see in Arthur Smith's game that makes sense in college. I don't know what gets people excited about what he does. If I'm not Jonnu Smith, I hate this man, to be completely honest.
And y'all know I ain't no Ohio State supporter. I don't really have nothing good to say about them. I talk about their players individually. I don't talk about them as a whole. But this has to be a terrible.
How my mama said, if you like it, I love it.
This is a terrible. What did I say? Let me tell you. Arthur Smith was the Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator, and then he was the Commanders, and then somehow, or Commanders, then Tennessee Titans, then somehow he became the Falcons head coach, hired directly by Arthur Blank. If you want to put on your tinfoil fitted, his father is the owner and founder of FedEx. So billionaires are billionaires.
Oh, that's what they said was, this is great for NIL. And I can see that as a potential. Hey, Dad, send us some money.
Let me get 50 mil. Just 50. Just
right.
50.
Hey, Pops, it would be really great if you would buy some Girl Scout cookies at my job, because it would really help us out in potentially getting back to where we need to be. That's got to be it. Because this guy is a terrible play caller at every level. And it's like he gets worse.
And he's I said this to Terry. I said this to Marcus Mariota. I said this to Arthur about Marcus Mariota, and you decide to make the decisions. If you hit your wagon to Arthur Smith, I said this to Mike Tomlin. I said, if you hit your wagon to Arthur Smith, you will be fired.
Fire! Boom, boom, boom. and this is
Tomlin
the thing.
Saw the writing on the wall and got out of there.
Right.
But it was on the way. They was lighting the match.
What's your name?
They couldn't find the starter oil. That's
I'm gonna quit before y'all fire me. I ain't gonna get fired. I've been put out of nicer places than this, and y'all won't be the ones. But the thing about it is, like, I don't know that he's good with quarterbacks, and Ohio State ain't really the best with getting quarterbacks either. So,
What you mean you don't know if he's good with quarterbacks?
I
What
mean,
quarterback has he been good with?
I think that was the message that I was trying to convey. I think the people
Or
understood
make it
that.
plain. Make it
Kev,
plain.
Kev, can I get a thumbs up if that's what you got from what I was saying? Yep. See, he got it. I told you. Yeah, this is dumb, but not my problem. LaMelo Ball theory, baby. Let's watch it. Let's see what it is. Do it. Do it fast. Do it crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, Arthur
Tremaine.
Smith.
Hey, Jason. All Marcia. All y'all Ohio State fans. I am going to ask you this question
How they be
now.
doing on the internet?
I'm gonna ask y'all this question now because you know what's gonna happen. Who y'all want to be the next Ohio State coach?
Mike Vrabel.
What? Vrabel in the Super Bowl? He ain't never leaving.
You asked the question. I gave you the answer. I didn't say it was gonna come true.
He's good with running backs to the Derrick Henry. Yeah. I don't understand this, and I'll end with that. I don't understand this at all. I can't figure out why he keeps getting jobs. He's like Cliff Kingsbury. Like what has
no,
what have
you
they
know
done?
why Kingsbury be getting them jobs? Arthur Smith and this mustache. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I see, Kev.
But this is the thing. Congratulations, I guess.
Yeah, man. No hate. Just
when people say I don't know how he keeps getting the job, that's an insult. That's a real. I don't know why they be paying him to do nothing. Is he gonna be like a master recruiter? Do not, bro. I got Sunday ticket. And I do not be trying to watch your games, brother.
I be trying to get the money back. I'd be like, hey, y'all need to pay me to watch that terribleness. But we'll see. Whatever. I don't care.
We will not see.
Before we move on to NFL,
congratulations, though. Peace and love. I love that for y'all. Y'all deserve it.
So have you heard the news? Colorado is almost broke. Rutgers is $78 million in debt.
Reggie, didn't I tell y'all about this? I said everybody got a little bit of money. Cool. When you spend that money and don't make that money back, then people are gonna stop giving you that money. Now, Colorado,
when you're a smaller school, they're gonna take the money and run.
Colorado, if y'all don't got the money, I don't care. Y'all should have found a way to keep some of that money. Y'all had all them applications, all them people enrolled in y'all school and going to games that y'all used to have be empty. If y'all ain't got no money, you deserve to be broke. Now, who was the other team? You said Rutgers?
$78 million in debt.
Y'all gonna have to call that guy that was throwing them basketballs in them children's head. That's gonna be all that person y'all gonna be able to hire.
I don't know how they gonna get out that debt because they ain't like they, gonna be turned around. They in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, and that's where people go to watch football. So yeah, your revenue should figure it out. That's the luck.
You ain't about to get
not my problem. Billionaire. Hey, y'all playing the best college football conference in the world. Congratulations.
Hey, they do right now. It's
Make
tight.
it happen. Make it happen.
It's tight.
Don't ask us. Just SEC just trying to make it happen. Scratching and surviving.
Yep. But that's really it for NCAA football that I had. I was just so amazed that they were $78 million in debt.
I fucked my money up, but now I can't re-up.
Why? How would the Big Ten be the reason that they're in debt, Sneaky? I don't get that one. They all get revenue share from the TV, plan.
From the TV, from the bowl games, but
they ain't no bowl.
No. But the rest of the Big Ten, when you win games, they get some of that too, if I remember correctly. I don't think I'm tripping there. Yeah, but I mean, also just don't care. If you spend too much trying to keep up with Ohio State, not my problem.
Mhm.
None of it.
I got a checking, I got a savings.
Right.
From the checking to the savings. Yeah, you went to the club and bought a
And
bottle with
y'all got
$300
one of them.
and you had $305 in your account.
And you got one of them Woodforest accounts, one of them Walmart bank accounts.
Discover.
No, y'all got
Credit
that that Cash App where they go ahead and advance you them $300. Bro, if I ain't got $300 today, I ain't gonna have it in 3 days. But hey, Rutgers, we don't care. We don't care. I won't make that. Hey, man. You know what you should do? You need to hire some people who went to HBCUs. We'll find a way to make that money stretch. Support HBCUs. I think that is a great place to close this segment. But yeah, you a PWI telling us you broke? You think we can? I know. Stay broke. With that being said, we're gonna take a short break. I will come back with bourbon and probably something to chase. And we're gonna have fun talking about the Falcons and closing out football season. How does that sound to you?
Tequila. I'm gonna have a little tequila.
Kev, you joining us? Or you dry January? Oh, he said double thumb. Oh, double fist. Okay. Yeah, turn it up. Turn it up. All right. We'll be right back. Like, follow, subscribe. Yeah, all of those things. But have good peers and they're pressure you to do the right thing. We'll be back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our NFL segment of episode 217 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw going up on a Tuesday. We have just finished our NCAA football segment. We finished our mic check. If you're listening to the playback, go back and listen to the mic check. We appreciate you for y'all tuning in. Like, follow, and subscribe. So, I can't believe Ohio State hired Arthur Smith, but you're on mute.
Tell somebody about the pod, and we be predicting the future.
So with that being said, I ain't been wrong. Calling me Master Cleo.
You saw that, Cam? Master motherfucking Cleo. Thanks.
Right there.
You know it. You know it.
We gonna start out. Y'all, we are Atlanta-based podcast. If you don't see the hat, you don't see the Falcon behind me, you don't see the Deion Sanders in the corner over there. You see Hank Aaron right there. We are an Atlanta-based podcast, so you know we're gonna talk about the Atlanta Falcons first.
It's crazy. I'm cool and leave it like that. It's vibes. Vibes immaculate.
The letter of today is S.
S.
While Norwood unfreezes, we were talking about the Falcons. For our Falcons focus, the Falcons had an introductory press conference today for their new coach, Kevin Stefanski. And Stefanski said a lot of interesting things at this press conference, along with Matt Ryan, who is the president of football operations. So the thing that I got from this press conference was everything is going to be extremely structured. There's a rumor that Terry and Rich McKay picked Raheem over McDonald and Mike Vrabel. McDonald being the Seahawks head coach. And of course, we don't know if all of that is true or not, but allegedly they wanted Raheem and passed on those two coaches, and that, along with the consulting firm, was the nail in the coffin for them. How do I want to do this? They talked about a lot of things. You want to keep going, or you want to?
Yeah. The show must go on.
So with the press conference, they said everything has to be extremely structured, is what I got. This is kind of an intentional move. This is kind of an intentional move. We might have to take a break, ladies and gentlemen, as we get Norwood straight. Matter of fact, we will be right back. Give us about 2 seconds. Norwood's whole camera broke, I guess. Never mind. We back? Are we back? Maybe we back. Maybe we not. We can't hear you if you are back. Well, this is the beauties of live stream. If you're listening to the playback, you're not hearing any of this. He's out again. And he's back again. And he's out again. And he's back again. Well, y'all. Now he's unmuted and he's muted. While he's going, we'll talk about it. What I got from this is the team is looking to be extremely structured. Apparently, Arthur Blank and the consulting firm felt that the Atlanta Falcons were not organized and didn't really have any clarity on what they were doing. At first, to me, that seemed like an excuse that they used as a reason to get rid of Raheem, because Raheem just wasn't a good coach and they needed to get rid of Terry. But that was the main thing. Red flag number one when Stefanski was talking. They asked him what he envisions the football to be and look and sound like. He said he wanted player-driven accountability. He does not want to be, he wants to be more like a guide versus be a, he says I'm here. He wants to be a guide versus be a holding players accountable. That's kind of different from what we've heard in the past of how he calls out quarterbacks in meetings and calls out defensive players and calls out players in meetings, and then they have to go talk behind closed doors, and then he'll maybe backtrack. So for him, he definitely wants player driven accountability. He was very clear on Matt Ryan was very clear on why they hired Stefanski, and I think that's very important. Matt said he fit all the evaluations. He said he's very, very structured. He's very, very planned, and he offers a lot of organization. They they sorry, I'm reading notes. So when I said it offered a lot of organization, they referenced Kevin Stefanski when it came to Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel that he had 2 development plans for one per quarterback, and that he had them ready to develop based on what they needed to work on, and that's how he was going to do it. Why is that important? Well, we have a young quarterback in Michael Penix where there he is. We have a young quarterback in Michael Penix where Arthur Blank and Matt Ryan, whether you believe him or not, have given him the vote of confidence. So the one thing that Kevin Stefanski is very organized when it comes to the development of quarterbacks and of players. What was the last thing you heard, Norwood? You're on mute.
We're gonna do AirPods until my
AirPod.
microphone comes back. Yeah, y'all bear with me. So I do like that there seems to be some structure here. Um, I think that I'm uncertain exactly how I feel with Tommy Rees calling the plays since Stefanski is supposed to be an offensive guru. From what I've heard, I think they believe that he's going to do a lot of the first 20 kind of scripted plays to start the game, and then from there let Tommy Rees kind of do his thing. I don't know exactly how I feel about that, and if I don't know how I feel, then I'm probably uncomfortable. Um, at this moment, I mean, that's all we can really do.
Yeah. So yeah, the player driven accountability to me was red flag. Red flag number 2 was Rees being the play caller. What everybody tries to get in modern day NFL is the young hot shot coordinator. Most of the time it's offense until you get Mike McDonald, and we'll talk about him when we get to the NFC Championship game. He's the hot shot defensive coordinator that turned into the head coach. Tommy Rees is supposed to be that. He's supposed to be the young hot shot coordinator. He got a vote of confidence from Nick Saban, out of all people. He has, if you think of it prospect wise, he has high upside as an offensive coordinator, but he's still getting adjusted to calling plays and the speed of the game and making adjustments. I don't like that they're gonna have 2 people calling plays, and they're gonna split it. So the first 20, as you said, they said that, and then either Reeves will take over or they'll kind of collaborate together. I'm not really cool with that because I think just like if you look at Kubiak for the Seattle Seahawks, you look at McVay, you look at Shanahan, all the guys that you really want or you're looking for, even Andy Reid, they kind of get in a rhythm calling plays. And you can go to college, you can look at Lane Kiffin. Watch Lane Kiffin get rolling, it's hard to stop him, right? So if you get to those offensive coordinators, those offensive teams, I think after the script, you got to make adjustments and get on and get in a rhythm, play calling wise. So for me, that's going to be difficult. That's difficult for me to see.
I think that if, from what I understand, Reeves is pretty young, so this is his opportunity to get the tutelage from Stefanski. So I think he's going to coach him up through this. I guess that's the plan. Seems like.
I mean, we won't know until then, but I think that the thing in this case is clear is you have to win. There is no us not getting it done. We got to figure out a way to get it done. And if the results don't match, then y'all going home.
Yeah.
And I think that at this point, everybody needs to understand that. I think that keeping Ulbrich as the defensive coordinator was the right decision to make. And I think that he's good. I think the defense is going to be very solid. It's really quarterback play, offense, and offensive line. But they got Callahan. You can't get no offensive line with Callahan. You ain't going to get no offensive line.
So Stefanski was very clear on a few things, and Matt Ryan, because they were sitting up there together. When it came to the structure of how personnel decisions were made, Stefanski will give you the X's and O's. He's kind of like the engineer of it. He's going to give you the X's and O's. He's going to tell you who we need. He's going to tell you who he likes. He's going to give you fit evaluations. Then the partnership will come between him and the GM, who will make the final personnel calls. And then for any guidance, there'll be Matt Ryan and Bob Quinn, who they hired as his senior advisor. I'm not really high on Bob Quinn. He was the general manager from the Lions from 2016 to 2020. And I went back and looked at their draft picks, and none of them were good. And then the Lions fired him, got a new GM, and all of a sudden the Lions are who they are. And then he follows he went with Stefanski to Cleveland. So, but Stefanski asked for him as his senior advisor. So it's going to be a collaborative effort. That's another word that they kept saying, or a phrase that they kept saying, was collaborative effort between the GM, Stefanski, and Bob Quinn.
I don't like that collaborative effort shit because then it's like, oh, I don't know who to blame. Y'all know
Exactly.
me. I like, nope. Whose fault is it? It's his fault. Send him home.
And he said, I stand up and I take blame for something that's my fault. And I was like, well, yeah, it's easy to do that, but the way you get around that is you pass the fault on and the blame to 3 or 4 people versus one person.
You insulate yourself with people who can be the fall guy between you and the real responsibility.
So it sounds like they're
we don't love you. Your ass can go home.
And it sounds like they're treating him like R&D almost, like research and development. And then the business guys gonna make it work, it is what it is. One thing that I did like that he said was, they were like, well, you've never really talked to Ulbrich for real. What made you keep him? And he was like, man, I didn't hire these people or we didn't decide to bring these people in or keep these people because of friendship. You look at that defense, Ulbrich is really good. They have everybody coming back on defense just about where it matters. And they got to keep Nate Ali. So he said it was a no-brainer, and we can be friends afterwards, or we can be friends after we get you in the building, but we got to make sure you stay in the building.
So y'all don't got to be friends at all. If you win, then we good. That's the only. Y'all can hate each other, to be completely honest. As long as we're winning, then I'm grinning, baby.
And they keep putting an emphasis on teaching, development, and standards. And the thing that Ulbrich and Nate Ali are really good at is teaching, developing their players. And that's what they want Stefanski to do on offense with Penix. If they bring Kyle Pitts, whatever, but Drake London and Bijan, is they want to develop those young guys. And then finally, because I said he was committed to Penix, the philosophy: run first. Said it early, said it often. Run first identity, keeping the wide zone, run scheme. Stefanski believes in the wide zone, not exclusively. That's my bad. If I press something, I apologize. Stefanski believes in the wide zone almost exclusively, but he wants to be multiple. But he also said that again, with zone blocking and those type of schemes, he wants to be able to have a base offense to where you don't know what he's going to do.
Hey, you better get that quarterback under center. I tell you that much.
quarterback under center, and he emphasized play action pass because he said the run game and play action pass. Matt Ryan stepped in and said that helps with the development of Penix and also keeps the pass rush from just having a free run at him. What does that sound like to me? That damn pistol is out of here.
Pew, 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 pew. That's dead. DEAD dead. They heard us. I appreciate the Hawks listening to the fans and say, don't trade for AD. I appreciate the Falcons saying, hey, they ain't like that pistol. We're going to do something different this time.
Yeah, so the heavy play action pass. And then this is a strong hint. You said it earlier. They are definitely going to look at the offensive line. I think the Falcons are going to go. I've been running mock drafts recently, and of course, they have us taking a wide receiver and a cornerback. But the third
need a D tackle.
No, offensive tackle, because Jake Matthews is in his 16th year, and then old boy Caleb McGarry is wishy-washy. He be hurt, he be good, he be bad, and then you got Elijah Wilkinson and Storm Norton, who everybody be hurt. So, they're talking about getting younger at the offensive tackle. This is a very
Bergeron's solid though. He was a heck of a pickup, man. Terry Fontenot ain't never did nothing wrong with me.
But when it comes, draft is deep with the offensive tackle position, especially in the first 2 rounds. So I could see us really going offensive tackle first. And then of course there's a lot of wide receivers, Keon Coleman, and
us and everybody else gonna try to steal him
in free agency that's available. Well, they already said we look like it. So yeah, we're gonna get a backup running back. But they also talked about bringing in Kyle Pitts, which is interesting. I think they might end up paying Kyle Pitts probably about
Isaiah Likely, Cade Ogden. It's other people I'd rather pay who like playing football. And that, I'm telling you this as a Gator fan and a Falcons fan, he can go.
Yeah. So that was pretty much it when it came to philosophy. When it came to staff choices, he told you about bringing in Callahan because he wants to run the ball. I'm interested to see what they do with Tommy Rees. If I were the Falcons, I'm interested to see how their philosophy and how it changes for preseason. If you remember, Raheem didn't play any starters preseason for real.
And whatever Raheem did, don't do it.
And I don't think that that's going to happen anymore. I think that they're going to end up playing players in preseason. And I think they're going to let Tommy Rees call a lot of plays in preseason to get that under his belt. And then finally, Matt Ryan talked about the GM search. So they brought in Ian Cunningham from the Chicago Bears for a second in-person interview. Normally, when they bring you in for the second in-person interview, most of my friends are in entrepreneurship. Even if they are in entrepreneurship, have worked in corporate America at some point. When you go for a job interview, when they bring you back, that means they've cut the field down. And normally, if there's 3 rounds, then this is the round to see how much they're going to pay you and what's your thought process on the structure that they have in place. And then they'll probably make him an offer. So right now, I think Ian Cunningham from the Bears is going to be our new general manager. Which I said was going to happen if they hired Stefanski. It was going to be Ian Cunningham. If they brought in this 49ers GM, they're probably going to go try to get like Salah or something like that. So
it's 2 guys. I just had it here. Ian Cunningham and and James Lillipufert, the Houston Texans assistant GM, also granted a second interview, bringing experience and player personnel. Those are the finalists for the GM.
I think it's Ian Cunningham's job to lose. I think the other guys can back up.
But if you look at what the Bears have done and what the Texans have done, I think the Texans have done a better job of assembling the roster.
I think that remains to be seen. I think the Texans have a few years head start.
2? Well, hold on. When did Caleb get to Chicago? 2 years ago?
This is 2nd year.
Yes, and this is CJ's third year. Yes, third year.
And what's his name's fourth as coach. So
D'Amico.
yeah, it's 2 years. Yeah, so it's 2 years ahead.
What quarterback did D'Amico have before CJ? No, they got there at the same time. D'Amico, CJ, Will Anderson, all at the same time. 3 years. 3 years versus 2 years.
Well, yeah. I mean, then they both kind of made it around. The offense is better for Chicago. The defense is better for, and that's offense and defensive coach. So I would probably I don't know.
But I think the Texans issue, I think the Texans would have a better offense than, and now once again, we split hairs here, but I think the Texans would have a better offense if all of their guys weren't hurt at the same time. That's their biggest issue. And CJ doing what CJ did for the last 2 games. That was wild. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's what CJ is, though. But overall, I think that the Texans' player personnel has been better. But I mean, at the end of the day, they pay y'all guys to figure it out. Figure it out. These are the last 2. And I feel confident in whatever 2 you get. Just make sure you make the right decision because you can be clowned. Because if you look at the guys who are playing in the Super Bowl, we will hear very soon, there were people who you interviewed for the head coach position and did not get as head coaches, and you took Raheem. So if you don't want to look stupid, then don't do stupid things.
What I'd be looking forward for now, either one of these GMs, you're going to be in place probably by the Super Bowl, if not right afterwards, because you got to get your draft evaluations. The draft, both of these GMs are good at drafting. Bob Quinn, who is the senior advisor, is terrible at free agency. I don't think he had a good free agent signing while he was GM of the Lions, and his best draft pick was a center in Frank Ragnow.
And you said, what was his name again? Bob Quinn? Oh, let me start. Barbecue.
So I'm very skeptical of that hire. I'm very, very skeptical of the Bob Quinn hire. Those were the red flags for me, but I do like from somebody that's a process-oriented engineer who likes structure and checklists and plans. Him having a plan for Penix and saying he's going to do all of that, and that's how he works.
He's from Norwood, Massachusetts. Graduated from Norwood High School. Flew in my name and my legacy.
Well, history will tell you that was probably his name first.
That's not his name. That's just the name of the city and the school where he went. Bob Quinn just been slew.
Well, whoever that name is after, whatever. We'll leave it there. But yeah, he slew. Look at his draft picks. His draft picks like Jeff Okuda.
I need to go look at the 16 to 20 Detroit Lions roster right now. 2016.
Already did. I'm telling you, it's bad. That's why Matt Stafford left. He said, man, I gotta go to LA. I gotta do something. So but with that being said, hey man, successful introductory press conference for Matt Ryan for sure. I'm interested to see what they do with Tommy Rees, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not excited. Again, I'm very even.
Not be Zach Robinson, boy. Let me tell you that much.
He gonna be with Baker. So he may be pretty good, but we'll see.
So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna close out the Falcon section. We're gonna take a quick break for me to refresh, and we're gonna come right back.
Technology break.
120 seconds. We'll be right back. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe.
We back. Technology break over. Appreciate y'all. I didn't almost finish my tequila and waiting. So we get spicy over here, start yelling. Then I know what fault.
35, 45, 55.
Sold.
Sold by the co-host.
With that being said, if y'all are listening, appreciate y'all. We just did a quick rundown of the Falcons for our Falcons Focus, the introductory press conference of Stefanski. I'll probably hop on TikTok later on this week, or Spill, or Fanbase for my people. And we'll talk about we'll go more in depth about the Falcons. With that being said, we're gonna move on to more news around the NFL. What did you do? It is conference football, conference championship weekend.
No. Well, last weekend was conference championship weekend. Only weekend we got left is the Super Bowl, people.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I meant. Last weekend. So last weekend was conference championship weekend. We got NFC and AFC. Which one? I'm willing to start with whatever. One of them is probably going to be 5 minutes. The other one,
no, and this is the 5 minutes. Come on, let's do it.
So Broncos, Pats, Snooze Fest, Winter Wonderland, Snow Globe. The Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7. The Broncos with Jarrett Stidham at quarterback because they were missing your boy Bo Nix.
Broken ankle
that nobody saw. The Broncos offense scored on the first possession, I believe, and then didn't score for the last 10 possessions of the game. Jarrett Stidham looked exactly like who Jarrett Stidham was supposed to look like. A backup quarterback that hasn't played in 2 years. With all that being said, the only reason that the Patriots got this 10-7 win is because of this controversial throwaway tapped backwards pass that wasn't reviewed and wasn't challenged. And they ended up scoring because they got the ball inside the 10-yard line, and that was the difference in the game.
Well, I also think that they should have kicked that damn field goal to start the game. I said, hey, y'all should probably kick this field goal. They don't kick the field goal, and then guess what you end up needing?
A field goal. Theme of the conference championship.
Literally, the first thing I said was like, why would you not do this? But these teams have gotten too cute with this, and they think that the answer is, let's not kick field goals anymore. Let's play field position. That was dumb. And I don't know who started this. It's probably some people who believe in analytics. And I'm not a person who doesn't believe in numbers, but I also have good common sense. And when my good common sense tells me not to do something, I don't typically do it. Or I know that I'm making a poor life decision. This was a poor life decision you can't afford with a backup quarterback. And I assume, yes, I assumed that you knew that, and then somehow you didn't do that. So I don't feel bad. You deserve to lose this game. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
And you couldn't have. Well, yes, you could, because that's why they had meteorologists. I was going to say you couldn't predict the weather, but you knew it was going to snow. It was clear in the first half. You should have kicked the field goal when it was clear.
It was going to turn up, and you should have done that. The points early were going to be valuable.
But y'all know I don't like Sean Payton anyway, so fuck him. Out there with a visor in the snow. What a visor going to do? Whatever. Moving on to the Patriots. Do we really? I don't know if they're good. I can argue either way whether they're good or not.
Good enough.
The Patriots offense looked horrid. It's not good. They didn't really look good on offense last week against Houston, and they didn't look that great against the Chargers.
And the other part that I did want to say about Jarrett Stidham was, I think he when playing in reasonable conditions, did not play that bad. He actually came out swinging. And that's the reason I'm so frustrated with Sean Payton not taking the field goal, is you got a backup quarterback. You know that he ain't a world beater. If he had a good drive, reward him with the points.
I mean, Sean, I told y'all. What I tell y'all, just like you always say, Trevor Lawrence is gonna prove you right. Sean Payton gonna prove me right every time. He gonna be arrogant, and he gonna outcoach himself. He gonna outthink himself, and he gonna fuck up every time.
Appreciate you.
Time, bro. Every time. So, but this is why I think the Patriots. I can't tell. The Patriots beat San Diego. They were down both starting tackles. They beat Houston, who offense literally disappeared. CJ Stroud imploded. And then they beat Denver with no Bo Nix. So you can argue that they've had a really easy path to the Super Bowl.
Easiest.
But then
easiest regular season and easiest playoff. But you can only beat the people who they give you.
But then on the other side, this is actually a historic run to the Super Bowl. And if they were to win, this would be one of the best Super Bowl runs statistically ever, because they would have beaten 4 top 10 defenses.
Got to beat them.
3 of them are in the top 5. The Chargers just happen to be number 6. So they beat the Chargers, number 6 ranked defense. They then beat the Houston, number 2 ranked defense, only to then go beat Denver, the number 3 ranked defense, to then play Seattle, which is the number 1 ranked defense. So that, I don't think that's ever happened in Super Bowl history, to where you have to beat 3 top 5 defense, 3 of the top 5 defenses to win a championship.
I'm gonna tell you, if I win a Super Bowl, I'm telling everybody I did. Guess what I did? Look what I can do.
Boy, I know Bill Belichick is, we'll get to Bill, but that was like a knife in the back for him. Like, Brady got one. Brady got one without you. Rob might get one without you. That's tough.
That's a knife in the front. You ran Brady off. You did it. Now you get ran around UNC. So, hey, brother, at some point you got to take responsibility for your own actions, not anybody else.
And also the Broncos. This is what another thing is always fuck Sean Payton. He'll never take accountability for when he fuck up. Right? He went ahead and fired his offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi. Now, and they've been decent all the way up until Bo Nix gets hurt, and then you fire him. That's not taking accountability. That's firing Ike Hilliard because you don't know how to call plays, Zach Robinson.
I'm not going to say that.
I am.
And the reason I'm going to offer a little bit of pushback is he might have seen that man. He might be doing all the coaching. It might be Sean Payton telling Bo Nix what to do, and you just sitting there looking stupid in the face. Well, I can send you home. I can find somebody else to do nothing.
Give me the game plan, and I got to change the whole game plan before the game.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So, and I mean, the one thing that I will say about Sean Payton is I think he's a good coach, and I think he's a hell of an offensive guy. So if he says that you need to go home, gather your Samsonite, brother. You'll be somewhere else. And you're going to have to clean up, your wreckage, and you're going to have to find somebody interested in having you be an offensive coordinator. And I don't think that you're one of those sexy names right now. But we'll see how it plays out for sure.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough for Denver because I do think that they were the better team. Bo Nix was hurt. I think it just sucks that Bo Nix was hurt.
And I don't think that he fired him after losing with a backup quarterback in a weather game. If you did, that's a rough way to lose your job. You knew, everybody picked them to lose this game because they had a backup quarterback. So, and then the offense
fired him anyway.
Right. And Stidham played good until the weather fell apart.
He was serviceable for
I
sure.
want to give that man his credit because these are the type of conversations that either get people jobs or don't get people jobs. This is the reason that Malik Willis is going to get a job. This is the reason that Mac Jones is going to get a job. Hell, it's kind of one of the reasons that people like Jameis keep a job is they kind of come in these moments and you play well enough, and then somebody says, "Man, well enough would sure be good over here." If I'm the Raiders, X, Y, and Z, this is how you get that job. So that's the reason I was pissed that he wasted Stidham's drive, because bro, you don't know how many I'm gonna get of these, and I'm trying to go somewhere else, and I don't want to be a backup if I can be a starter, and we can go right to back up the starter right here. You saw a guy who was a starter.
Weekend, boy.
Right. This is the guy who literally was, I think, first pick in the draft. Then the world had given up on him. Couple rough years in Carolina. Then you go to Minnesota. You play well in Minnesota. Minnesota drops the ball and don't sign you. And now you're in the Super Bowl. This could be the same arc for Jared. I don't think the Stidham is this good, but you never.
First round draft pick.
But what I'm saying is, you could go somewhere and you could be good. Just because you stink in this one place doesn't mean you're terrible. I think that we're learning that fast. This man has went from Scam Darnold to Super Bowl Sam Darnold. That's a long way to go.
So what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is the Seattle Seahawks beat the Los Angeles Rams 31-27. Sam Darnold had a hell of a game. This is a great back and forth game. I think Sam Darnold was 25 of 36 for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. No interceptions. Matt Stafford, 22 of 35, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns. No interceptions. Puka Nacua, 9 catches, 165 yards, 1 touchdown.
Pay that man.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, 10 catches, 153 yards, and a touchdown.
You should really pay that man.
This was one of the most enjoyable games to watch of the playoffs. Even with all that scoring, Seattle's defense ended up being the deciding factor. But for me, the unsung hero of this game is Kenneth Walker III, the running back. Kenneth Walker III, the running back, even though he didn't have fantastic stats at 19 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown, he made all of the timely make you miss, make the defenders miss, falling.
That linebacker from the Rams gonna have nightmare.
48. Better go. You need to go ahead and get you an NIL deal, little endorsement deal with some type of ankle brace, because he broke your ankles wild crazy. And he played really well. He had really good second down runs. He kept Seattle in third and short. Just a really, really good game.
That boy said he's gonna be sponsored by McDavid. You gotta be of a certain age to know about the McDavid ankle braces. You play basketball, you had the McDavids. You couldn't tell me a McDavid didn't do a Nike or a Jordan sign off. I was in the NBA.
Thought he was an all-star. I'm gonna ask you this before we get to the Rams. Cooper Kupp, was it a catch that basically sealed the game at the end of the game?
But I mean, that man has had a privileged life. Why do you think the privilege is gonna stop today?
What? That was more about a callback to the Bills Broncos, where he didn't survive the ground, therefore it wasn't a catch. And Cooper Kupp, apparently, I watched it. He caught the ball. He didn't really make a move. He got tackled as soon as he caught the ball, got twisted around, and then the ball popped out when he hit the ground. They ruled that a catch, and he was down and gave him a first down. Versus last week, they said, nope, you didn't survive the ground, even though your knee hit and all of that.
If Cooper Kupp's catch was a catch, then Dez's catch was a catch.
Well, yeah, we all
I'll leave.
But I mean,
I'll leave it there.
Well, And that's a lot of people, including Buffalo, but just a lot of people in general for football are frustrated because it seems like the rule is evolving as the weeks go.
You know what my answer to that is? You can't let it be that close.
I'm not gonna say that. This is the third. You can't. This is the third meeting of division rivals where they're the number one team in the league and you were the number 3 or 4 team in the league. It's gonna be close. It's not gonna be close. It's not gonna be not close.
I'm giving you football speak. Whether it's right or wrong, is the only thing you can do is say, all right, well, we got to do
I would have
better.
been running up downs and doing all of that, rolling the football field because I'd have been like, Coach, that's stupid. But they're the number one defense and number one team in the league.
You'd have been right beside me in the locker room. Take your ass to the locker room. You didn't been kicked out of practice enough, huh? That's one thing I was good at. I kicked out enough football practice.
No, but for the Rams, even with how well Jackson Smith and Jigba played and how well Sam Darnold played, it feels like the Rams let this one slip away.
That's what they did. They did a lot of that towards the end of the season. Them games, Carolina, us, it's end of the season, late game execution. That's what matters. That is what is going to be the difference between success and failure. When everybody is this good, you have to continue to execute in the moments where everybody else doesn't. This is what this is what the Seahawks did. And unfortunately, the Rams did it so they didn't do it so many times. You can't feel bad for them.
It was, and unfortunately, it really wasn't play execution because they were both going up and down the field. It scored 31-27. Sean McVay, the whole timeout challenge debacle that's why I asked the Cooper Kupp question. When he was going to challenge the Cooper Kupp question, he called timeout to decide if he was going to challenge or not. But he only had 2 timeouts. I guess he forgot he had 3. So if he was going to challenge and then he lost that challenge, then you lose the last timeout and now you can't stop the clock and the game is over.
You went to the Raheem Morris School of Clock Management.
Oh, man, that's all I thought about. I was like, that's a Raheem move right there. That's the first thing I said. I was like, oh, that's a Raheem move. Like, if you're gonna challenge, you didn't need to. The game is on the line. Hindsight is always 20/20. You didn't need to know whether it was good or not. You needed to challenge. If you was any thought, you should challenge. You should have challenged because you're gonna lose the timeout anyway. You don't burn the timeout to think about challenging because now you lost 2 timeouts.
Then you know what? You got a job and I got a job. And he got a job. That's his career. He got all summer to sit with that.
And then
it's a long time.
When they scored the touchdown, then they made it down 5, and they kicked the field goal to make it down 4. Why would you not go for 2? If you're gonna need a touchdown, you're gonna need a touchdown regardless. Why not go for 2 to make it a field goal game? So then when you get down in the red zone with 3 minutes left, you don't have to go for it on fourth and goal against the number 1 defense in the league. You can kick a field goal to tie it.
Raheem Morris School of Clock Management.
Not taking the field goal with 4 minutes left when you had 3 timeouts. Then you ended up your defense that you didn't believe in, as they said in the group chat, got the stop. You got the ball back, and you could have gotten to the 40-yard line to kick a 55-yard field goal, which your kicker can do, which would have won the game. That fourth quarter was so mismanaged by Sean McVay. I was stunned, astounded, shocked, bewildered, befuddled.
That boy was in a blender. That is McVay and Shanahan are going to have a very interesting offseason to me. And I don't know what exactly the magic switch is or the right answer or X, Y, and Z. And I assume the Eagles are not going to be whatever they were last year. I think the Cowboys are going to be better. Like, this was an opportunity for you to take advantage and just
cement yourself for real. I mean,
right. I mean, he submitted himself.
I think both these teams could beat the Patriots.
Correct. That was the thing that I think is going to probably stick in his craw more than anything is. If I just got past this game, I had a really good chance. Had I done a couple small things, not they, had I done a couple small things differently, I'd be playing for a Super Bowl as a favorite. And that's all you can ask for. And you blew it.
But shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. Shout out to that defense. Shout out to the Falcons.
Eman Worry. Hey, bro. Love that guy. Guy. He's it.
There were so many safeties that they tried to do what he did. Taylor Mays, you remember him from USC?
Yep.
Josh Harvey Clemens from UGA that played for the Redskins. Well, I'm sorry, the Commanders, the Redskins at the time. Like those 6'5" guys, there's that can do everything. He's it. And Mike McDonald's defenses, going back to when he was a defensive coordinator with the Ravens, have never allowed a fourth quarter touchdown in the playoffs,
which is crazy. Ever.
That's a wild stat,
right? And once again, Falcons, great job. You interviewed both of these guys and did not hire either. This is the reason it is a struggle to be a Falcons fan, to be a fan of Atlanta, period. This is regular Atlanta shit. That's what we specialize in doing. Get them all the way to the house, and then you fall asleep.
So now you got Patriots versus Seahawks. We'll have Saturday morning live the day before the Super Bowl. This is going to be a great game. I really, really hope they both wear throwback jerseys. Two of the best throwback jerseys in football.
They're not doing that.
No, but it would be great if they did.
It would be great if they did, but if you want to sell a Super Bowl pass, you want to sell your flagship. You want to sell the throwback as a throwback. That's that. I don't want to sports business y'all to death, but yeah, that's the thought process. But I do agree.
Yeah, they're fire.
Especially that Drew Bledsoe throwback.
This will be a fun game. I'm not going to speculate, but we're going to see how good the Patriots really are. But this is what the Patriots do. They are underdogs, and then they win 6 Super Bowls. So,
Robert Kraft, I don't know what you did. Yeah, you did. Whatever you did that.
Go to the masseuse parlor.
I knew that was going to be a conversation. But I mean, beating the Texans, beating the Broncos, I ain't got much to say to you. And beating the Rams and beating the 49ers, Seahawks, I mean, just Sam Darnold. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, Sam, getting the stench of the Jets off of you.
And leaving the Vikings in your wake. That is the thing. Number one, the Jet, and I didn't know he was with the Panthers for 2 years. Yes. Getting the Jets and Panthers off you, then going to Minnesota, and this is where you start treating women right, and she don't know that you're evolved into a good man yet, and she thinks that you still playing games, and she keep asking you about them other women, and you don't have other women, so you just leave. You know what? I'm done talking to you. And then next thing you know, you're engaged and she heard.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, if I'm Justin Jefferson and Addison, I'm heartbroken. I'm sick. Get me out of here.
They are sick. Hey, all of them. Did you
JJ McCarthy, you know what? Your life, just and unjust, you are in a world of hurt right now. Because there is nothing other, like you need to be I was going to say you need to be a Pro Bowl level quarterback, but not like a Shador level Pro Bowl. Like an all pro quarterback is what you need to be next year. Because if not, I wouldn't even start the season if I was them. If I'm Justin Jefferson, I'm not ever playing in the Minnesota jersey ever again. Y'all blew it.
The tweets were wild. Like all of the folks from Minnesota, the players were all like, they were like, Sam Darnold from bust to the Super Bowl, he and he also been to the Super Bowl before because he was there with the 49ers when they went.
Right.
He's backup. But all of the Vikings retweeted that like just ... or sad face or frustrated. It's
Jonathan Grenard. That's who it was.
we told y'all though. The splash, y'all should listen to the Splashcast. We told y'all that was a bad idea. We said, hey,
I told y'all
that's a
that
bad
at
idea.
the beginning of the season. Please go back. Anybody, go back and listen. I said, hey, if I'm Justin Jefferson and y'all let Sam Darnold walk, and JJ McCarthy is not a good quarterback because we've never seen him throw the ball well, I'm gonna be mad. And I'm gonna
And
ask out.
they got him for cheap. And you were the number one wide receiver in the league.
And you let him walk out of my
building. He immediately goes to Seattle. They cut DK Metcalf, and Jackson Smith and Jigba leaves a wide receiver core of Jackson Smith and Jigba, Rashid Shaheed, and a bunch of slow white dudes. And he's now the best wide receiver in the league. And Sam Darnold is the common denominator. And you let him go. And he didn't sign for nothing crazy. I think he signed for like $30 million a year. So
he's gonna get paid. No. He got to trial. He don't worry about it. Whatever y'all gonna do, go ahead and tear that up. Don't expect me to come back here. I'm gonna either come back here as a Super Bowl competitor or I'm gonna come back with a ring. Either way, I'm coming back with a new contract. Or I can leave here.
I don't know. You got a generational defense on you right now, bro. You got avatars in the secondary right now.
Hey.
With Jackson
they had me down there playing defense with Baker Mayfield. I need my money back. I need my money back. I want my money.
Yeah.
Tell me what you owe me.
Let's do the coaching carousel first before we go to the two things that I did not expect to happen in the same day. Mike McCarthy in another baffling hire by the Pittsburgh Steelers is now the new head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers and is also the head coach of one of the oldest rosters in the NFL. I don't know what the fuck this is. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh man. So I thought about this. Y'all know I like look at sports and then I look at the story behind sports. And I was like, boy, what about if this white man come and ruin the Steelers? They ain't had before coaches in 80 years. We have more posts than we have Steelers coaches. Now, if he come here and they're not good, and let me tell you, I don't see anything here that believes that they're good. That's going to surely be something interesting.
Bro, he like 65.
Yeah, I mean, the age is not the issue to me. The issue is the expectation and the standard. What Mike Thomas say? Standard is the standard. And the standard is high.
Division champs.
Chuck Noll, Wanstead, Tomlin. Everybody had this job for 30 years.
You mean Bill Cowher?
Cowher. Wanstead was with the Bears?
Yes.
He kind of looked the same, right? Them chins. Right. You better for that. But yes, Cowher. Now, all of those guys had a job until they basically gave the job up.
Oh, you ain't gotta worry about that here.
That and therein lies the conundrum is this is the first time that y'all might not like. Number one, he's not really going into a good situation.
A terrible situation, one might say.
Thank you. Once again, Kev, give me a thumbs up if you agreed and understood what I said there. He knew it. The pause was crazy. But yeah, I think that this is something. Because he has to go here and you have to be a good coach and you have to not have losing seasons here. You can't have losing seasons, right?
Oh, they might. So either they're foolish about their expectations or they have no plan or their plan is he's a bridge quarterback. I mean, a bridge coach. This seems
They
like
don't
it's a bridge coach.
have bridge. They don't have bridge coaches here. That is the whole. This
That
is
is
the reason I have sat and thought with this and really thought about this for a long time. Is I don't. This is the equivalent of when the Lakers had LeBron and AD. I don't see a way out of this successfully.
They have nothing to trade.
No quarterback,
No quarterback.
an expensive wide receiver one who punches fans in the face.
Expensive wide receiver one. The
Do they
highest
have?
paid defensive end in TJ Watt, who just got read up and didn't really play.
Do they have a running back?
Huh?
Do they have a running back?
They have Warren because they traded away Najee. They have to pay Jerry Porter Jr. because I think he's in his 4th year.
That's a for sure right on.
Other than that, everybody else is old. Everybody's old. Cam Hayward is like 37, 36, playing D tackle. Everybody's old.
So,
and you bring in a 64-year-old coach.
And you come in behind a guy who never loses ever. And the Ravens and the Bengals, you assume to be back in some level of iteration.
Well, yeah, I mean the Ravens. Who's the Ravens? Oh well, we'll get there. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You, the Browns are in flux. Luckily, this whole division is terrible.
In flux is close to the word that the Browns are, but it is not in flux. Influx. Well, y'all dying to be in flux.
The way Stefanski talking like, yeah, I'm just happy to be out of Cleveland. That boy said it's a learning experience. I will never go there again.
Right. That boy will fly around the city of Cleveland. Nah, I don't want no layover, no nothing.
I don't know what Pittsburgh's doing. Y'all know draft season is my season. I love doing mock drafts. I love trying to predict what the Falcons are going to do. I love the whole mind game that comes behind draft philosophy. I don't know what the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do. They need everything. They need a quarterback in a draft that don't have no quarterback. They need a wide receiver. But they won their division, so they're picking in the 20s. They need a running back.
You got to come in behind that black man who never had a losing season. And how many losing seasons do you think they're going to give you? We could have kept Tomlin for this. And they didn't fire him. So he can't come back. He can't come back and say, I want my family back. And just like a single mother, they're going to be like, it's been nice.
And all the young coaches are going to be gone. You got Clint Kubiak is going to be hired probably by the Raiders because that's the only team that really hasn't announced. You have Mike LaFleur, who's going to go from the Rams to the Cardinals. You've had Stefanski go to, there's no good coaches left. And don't let Andy Reid decide to retire. Don't nobody want to go to Pittsburgh when I go to Kansas City? Pittsburgh, y'all kind of screwed, bro.
And you know what? This is really funny because I have a cousin who I don't know why or how he's a Steelers fan, but every chance he gets, he reminds me of how much better the Steelers are than the Falcons. And I keep telling him, brother, y'all play one more game than us every season.
Bieniemy can take over for Reed. They don't know. They're not gonna do that.
Nah, you still gotta have somebody who like
Brian Flores, to be honest. I thought that was the hire for Pittsburgh.
I'm so happy Brian Flores did not take this job. This job is terrible. But I'm gonna tell you, when they start losing, oh man, I'm finna be on my cousin line all the time. I'm looking at losing. Y'all,
is McCarthy from Pittsburgh? Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh.
Yes. Oh, he was emotional. He was emotional. Like I watched enough of the press conference. He was like, my family has basically not been able to wear their Steelers stuff because he's been coaching other teams. He's honored to be here. He can finally wear his city's logo proudly. He's from here. Pittsburgh means the world to him. But let me tell you, brother, we finna see. we finna see how much it means. And we finna see how good you are. Can't blame Jerry now. Whatever it is, you now this is where I will say you got the big W. You went from ownership that's all in the video to ownership that gives you all the rope you need to be successful as you need to be. If you can't be successful here, hey man, call Mayfield, pack it up, brother. You're done.
Yeah. Staying in the division, the Ravens made a great hire. They bring Jesse Minter in, who was the Chargers defensive coordinator.
Correct.
Really good young coach in the mold of Mike McDonald, defensive oriented guy. I am happy for the Ravens. This was a good hire, in my opinion. I am interested to see who he brings in as offensive coordinator.
Better win. Better win.
It's a low bar.
No, it ain't. Better win. Because and let me explain to you why. No. I'm not talking about playoffs. No, you need to be in the AFC Championship. Lamar can't keep playing and not be in the AFC Championship. What are we doing here? If you can't get it done here with this second coach, then it's time to go find a second team. I'm a firm believer in that. You got 2 years.
Depends on who they bring in as offensive coordinator.
Make the right decision. I'm telling you, they got 2 years. If they're not in the Super Bowl in 2 years, Lamar, pack your shit up and go somewhere else. I'm dead serious about that, too. You run out of time. And you're an athlete.
Now that Sam Darnold made it to the Super Bowl, Sam and Joe.
Right. You're running out of time. And if you don't get it, if you're not in the Super Bowl next year or the year after, find a new team. Now, the way that I've seen you manage your demands for wide receiver, I don't think you'll do it. But I don't think that's the right decision to make. Yeah, you don't have 3 or 4 years to lay around. And this is the thing. The reason it's going to be tight is Joe Burrows don't have 3 or 4 years to lay around, and neither does Lamar. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Mahomes is gonna be back.
Or Josh Allen.
Yes. That is the issue. You have 3 guys who don't have any more time to play, and Mahomes, I think, is going to be on the hunt for blood. And he got his boy back with him, EB. They're gonna reset this roster and get shit shaking. Somebody gonna end up on a different team.
Well, it's yeah. Both of these teams, all of these teams have to find a receiver. All of these teams we talking about besides Cincinnati. Baltimore, Buffalo, and
Baltimore don't have to find no receiver. They just signed Mark Andrews to 3 more years. Congratulations.
No, I think they've seen the writing on the wall now.
Why? Why do you think that they suddenly see they ain't seen the writing? You come here and pod every year, and I say the same thing, don't I, Reggie?
Yeah.
And they ain't seen it yet. They act like they must need it in Braille.
Pew 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 pew. So great hire by the Ravens. Speaking of Josh Allen in Baltimore, this was a really, really good. Buffalo. Josh Allen in Buffalo. I had a speculation or a thought that this might happen. Buffalo promotes Joe Brady, who is the offensive coordinator to head coach. The offensive coordinator that came and stabilized this offense, that last year got Josh Allen the MVP. This year got James Cook the rushing title. This was a great hire. I'm excited to see who they bring in as defensive tackle. You don't think this is a great hire?
2 years. Everybody got 2 years.
Oh, yeah, I agree. But from a continuity standpoint, you need to bring in a receiver that's fast and can run down the field, because that's what you're missing. You got Shakir. You have Palmer if he's healthy, but you need a third. You have the running game, and you need to fix the defense, but the offense is what he has, which is really good. I like this hire for them. I like Joe Brady, and I figured this was going to happen because it was really quiet in Buffalo. There were no leaks about who they were interviewing with. People were canceling. They didn't really have no news.
This is what I will say. Now that most of the teams, minus, first of all, what's his name for the Jets? He finna get fired.
Yeah, they already talked about
it. Aaron Glenn, you gonna be fired. You firing people today, you're gonna get fired. You're gonna get fired. Just Aaron Glenn, best thing you can do is just go ahead and start. Hey, bro, I'm a coach for as long as I can this year. Y'all keep me. Or just going back to the Lions. Isn't that where he was? Going right back. Yeah, that's because you're gonna get fired. Because you waited for all these guys to get hired and then you fired people. I think that Brian Flores is a guy who should have gotten the head coaching job. I don't think
coaching job until they resolve that lawsuit.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Sure. But these teams that are trying to win games, Brian Flores would have helped y'all win some games. Whatever it is, every hire is not better than Brian Flores. And right now,
shout out to Bomani Jones. Rooney Rule All-Star is what he called him.
Right. Joe Brady, best of luck, 2 years. Jesse Minter,
3 draft picks and whoever you want, aside from Josh Allen, Khalil Shakir, and your man, James Cook. I need Justin Jefferson. I need it. He needs to leave. I need a big time wide receiver. You don't want to play him anymore. Get cap space. Send him on over here.
If I'm Justin Jefferson, I'm not going to play in Buffalo. No. Climate control, baby.
Okay.
Climate control.
You can be cold with an MVP quarterback, or you can be warm with JJ McCarthy.
If I'm going to play outside and I'm going to play cold, you know where I'm going. Ain't but one place. Patrick. I'm going to see Patrick.
Unfortunately, Patrick is Patrick, and nobody in the league will trade Patrick.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, you're right.
I would not give him to Josh Allen before they give it to Patrick Mahomes.
You're right, but
hell no. Well, you better win with the scraps you got. You're too good.
We'll go to hell together before I let you go over there with him.
We'll be fine together. Don't matter to me. Don't matter to me. I give you no day. I give a trade to the Spurs. Sure.
Right. You think I'm gonna drop you off? You think I'm gonna drop you off over there? Oh, we'll both be miserable. You're right. We'll have to get the Players Association involved before I see you there. And I will say that right. I will say that in the meeting. If you expect me to do this, you must think I'm a fool because this will get me fired. I mean, that's a very valid point. You're right. You can't do that. It's like trade to the Spurs.
Good in theory. That's a really
right.
good in theory. It probably works.
In certain things, it just not. The answer is no.
And I'll give you Chris Jones. Chris Jones, 32. Hey,
right.
We'll figure out everybody else.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. And what's old boy for the Bengals, the head coach there?
Oh yeah.
Zach Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
He got 1 year. I don't think he got 2. You got 1.
Yeah, you got to fix the defense.
And
Joe Burrow talking about, I'm so depressed, I'm retiring. Like, no, that's not what we gonna happen. We'll fire everybody before that happens.
You're right. So, I mean, that's really the pressure right now. You got those guys who, I mean, hey, throw Justin Herbert in there. I don't know how much longer that situation can go. There are too many quarterbacks who are too important to.
point I said a while ago.
Everybody has to win, and it's like basketball with Cleveland and the Knicks, and you still got to deal with OKC. We all can win the championship, and we all need to win the same championship. And then, I mean, God forbid the Patriots win this year, they're gonna feel real confident coming in.
That'll get a lot of people fired if the Patriots win this year. That's gonna get a lot of people fired mid-season.
And I'm gonna tell you, you coaches may have 2 years, but if I'm a quarterback and I see Mike Vrabel take Drake May to the Super Bowl and win a championship, I might have 1 year left in me. Because I can't keep wasting MVP seasons.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what Robert Saleh does because he's added in Tennessee. They just hired Brian Daboll, former Bills offensive coordinator, to be their offensive coordinator.
That's a slow play. But I like that slow play. I think that Daboll was a good coach. And I think that Robert Saleh is a good coach. And that defensive line is finna to be hellacious.
Yeah, they're gonna get they're gonna get their secondary back healthy.
Yeah.
And they still got them running backs. Like they got like 2 running backs that y'all forgot about. But
that's a slow play, but that's a really good slow play to watch. But these teams with these quarterbacks who are MVP level, these 1, 2, 3, 4 top 5 quarterbacks we always talk about, the heat is on.
Yeah, it's time.
And I'm sure Kev expect the Eagles to be back. The Cowboys have an expectation. The Rams, hey, Matt Stafford's at the end of his career. Every season got to be a Super Bowl season for him. And the 49ers, they got to be in that conversation too. It's a lot of pressure and not nearly enough wins to go around.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting going forward. A lot of movement. It's a lot of instability in football right now between college football with the NIL and all of the craziness going on, pro football with the window for being successful being smaller and smaller. Most of the time you would see coaches get 3 to 5 years. That ain't really happening anymore.
And you got this second level of guys of the Jordan Love, who's going to be better with better experience next year. You assume that CJ Stroud is a better version of himself next year. Caleb Williams, you expect him to be better. So not only do you have your own pressure of, damn, we kind of been here for a minute and we've been the elder statesmen and we've been successful. And now you got Mahomes who's going to have more money. Then you also got these 3 young guys. And then you got Drake May and Sam Darnold. Shit. NFL is in a
tailspin. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
And the Falcons back, baby. Falcons back.
Was not going to be fun. Or it's going to be interesting. These are 2 headlines that I did not see happening.
Hall of Fame or Pro Bowl? Pick your poison here.
Hall of Fame. Bill Belichick, 6-time championship winning Belichick, is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Can you get your I'm gonna go ahead and request that you bleep out what I'm finna do here.
Laugh?
No. I need you to bleep this properly in post-production. This is some bullshit. This is the most bullshit. This is unbelievable levels of bullshit. I am not the biggest Bill Belichick fan. I think that I'm not going to attribute and say he's the greatest coach of all time, but the man deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. The way, the length, and the time that he terrorized the NFL, he deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And if he is not a first ballot Hall of Famer for his career, then no one deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. You guys have done the Babe Ruth to the Hall of Fame. Well, Babe Ruth wasn't a unanimous decision, so nobody can be a unanimous decision. This is stupid. This is dumb. This is embarrassing. And once again, this is bullshit. As you were.
I've never heard of somebody that won 6. I understand Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. Cool. His defenses were responsible for the first 3. Bill Belichick is a defensive genius. He won 6 championships with New England, one against my beloved Falcons. He then, before that, won 2 championships as the defensive coordinator with the Giants under Bill Parcells. As a coach or coordinator, he has won 8 Super Bowls. 8. I don't see how this is even possible. And if the rumors are true, Bill Polian, who was, I believe, the GM of the Indianapolis Colts,
Correct.
who led the charge to keep Belichick out by saying he has to pay for Deflategate and whatever the taping of the teams. If that's true, Bill Polian, you win Hater of the Decade award because he whooped your ass all
I
but
don't
2 years.
I don't care about being a hater because haters gonna hate. The rest of you clowns who went along with it, y'all are the clowns. Polian at least can say I hate him because he just stopped me out every year. The rest of you guys just listened and followed directions because you're stupid. It's
Follow
in
suit.
that. Like, and this is coming from Atlanta Falcons fans. We deal with the 28-3. It is a real thing. But I ain't gonna sit up here and say the man ain't no first ballot Hall of Famer. What are we doing here? If he ain't a first ballot Hall of Famer, then throw everything away.
Throw it all away. Hey, Bill.
Y'all gonna tell Tom Brady he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer?
That's Deflategate. That's Spygate. That's all of
And
that too.
and that will this is very reminiscent of the Randy Moss, Terrell Owens situation, where you are letting people who are operating outside of the integrity of the sport and letting their own personal agenda get in the way. That's all I got.
Yeah. So this was one headline that I did not expect to see, and this was the other one. Shador Sanders has been voted in as a Pro Bowl replacement.
Yay! Congratulations. Great season.
What are we doing here, y'all? What are we doing? The NBA All-Star game has become a joke. The Pro Bowl game voting has become a joke. What are we doing, y'all? And I have been, I ain't gonna say a biggest Shador fan, but I have definitely defended him more on this podcast than my co-host. I can't defend this. I understand, and this may be spite from blacks, and if it's spite from blacks, I'm with it. Hey, cool. Y'all know with it. We all together. But this don't make no sense, though. There's no way that Shador should be a Pro Bowler. There's no way that Shador should have been on the ballot to even be offered as a Pro Bowler. This, if you wanted to cause change in the Pro Bowl or you wanted people to quit watching the Pro Bowl, let me tell you what this did to the other side. They ain't gonna watch this Pro Bowl. Not with Shador playing.
Honestly, in hindsight, I think you should have declined this like everybody else, like more than everybody else.
You didn't just be like, I didn't deserve that.
I don't want the narrative that comes around it. Like, I mean, if you look at him holistically, all right, in middle school, I was coached by my dad. High school, I was coached by my dad. College, I had a kind of okay career, but I really didn't win like any game that matters. And I was coached by my dad. And then after I left, the school retired my jersey, even
For
though
no reason.
for no reason, and I'm not the best guy in that school's history. Then I come here and I deal with all of the BS and nepotism and all of these type of things. I'm just dealing with all of the extras. And then I make it through the season, and I mean, it at least looks like I'm going to be able to come back and probably be a backup next year. Maybe I start just depending on how this whole Watson situation plays out. But I might be able to kind of put some of the narrative behind me. Now you have this Pro Bowl that you, I mean, let's be real, you threw more interceptions than you threw touchdowns. I mean, I do think that there's not a person on the planet that's more media trained for it. But I mean, and they say that the Lord gives the strongest battles. I mean, gives his toughest battles to the strongest soldiers. Shador is fighting. But you getting in there. And maybe long term, this is a good thing for him. Maybe all of this kind of dealing with all of this makes him more resilient, makes him better, it makes a better story. Maybe you can be the next Sam Darnold. But
maybe this is a resurgence for the Pro Bowl. I mean, they don't even play the game for real. They be doing like dodgeball.
It's a skills challenge now. I mean, that's the other part is it didn't matter, but it matters. Like it matters even less. Like we were pushing it with Huntley, but if you went back and kind of look at Huntley's stats, it's like, well, they did win some games, and he wasn't terrible. He was solid. I don't understand why Huntley hasn't had a starting job somewhere, because I think he's not. I mean, I do, but I just think the team should want to win at a certain point. But it just makes everybody look like a joke. There has to get to a point where, and maybe it doesn't have to get to a point, but between ownership and what's the who am I thinking about? Not Adam Silver. What's his name? I can see his face.
The NFL.
Not Tagliabue. Yes, the commissioner, Roger Goodell. Mm-hmm, at some point, do you want this to be taken seriously again?
No. How can you make it? How?
So then don't have it be a game. Just be like, oh, we're going to hand out just make it all pro. Get rid of the Pro Bowl then. It's a waste if it doesn't matter. And if Shador is now a Pro Bowl quarterback, then fuck everybody is.
I just want to see who didn't make it. That's what I'm waiting to see. Who did?
It's not about who doesn't make it. It's that these people not going, and the way that they do the Pro Bowl, not even after the season. So no, I just got done playing the season. I'm not going to do this. But I mean, it's just a waste. It's just a complete waste. Throw it away. If nobody's going to do anything, then just don't waste anybody's time. They don't do it in Hawaii anymore. They do it all over, like trash.
Yep. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of episode 217 of the Splashcast. Monday Night Raw going up on a Tuesday through all of the Chinese weather balloons that returned today.
Right. To be back.
We have completed the mic check. We've completed the Hawks talk, NBA talk. College football schools are going broke trying to keep up with NIL. Playoff changes. Notre Dame cries their way to an automatic bid. Stefanski with the red flags and the Falcons focus, as well as we went over conference championship weekend and the coaching carousel. Norwood, if we didn't miss anything, take us out.
All right. Once again, for you basketball fans, remember, trade deadline, February 5th. You need to monitor that closely. Monitor these teams closely. Number one, more black baseball. More black baseball. That's another thing to watch. Also, keep y'all, stay frosty with this potential lockout situation coming up. I would suggest y'all start reading and familiarizing yourself with that, because we don't know how this is going to play out. Number 2, what up, Kev? In the back, shooting at Jay. Number three, the historic Black College University your cousin went to, your auntie went to, your uncle went to, the person used to laugh and kiki in the back of church with, send some money over there. Support
Send some
HBCU.
money over there.
Number two, the historically black college university your auntie went to, your uncle went to, the one that you go to homecoming, step shows, to be around your people for the vibes as we approach Black History Month. Send some money over there. Be a good black person. Support HBCUs during Black History Month. Number three, the historically black college university gave me a degree, gave Kev a degree, gave Reggie a degree. Also, shout out to Dr. Locke for trying to help Hampton get that land grant that they took away from us 100 years ago. We're trying to get our money back. We want our land back. Pay us what you owe us. We'll keep you updated on that. We asking for $18.68 on behalf of the university was founded. Outside of that, thank you guys for rocking with us. We appreciate you hopping in on a Tuesday because of the inclement weather that happened on a Monday. Please watch Instagram. We will keep you updated as we find this tail end of the season where there's only the Super Bowl left. And then we're going to get All-Star. Me and Reggie might take a break. Might need a nap. Your uncle getting tired. Little break in there. We'll keep y'all updated via the Instagram. Outside of that, adios, mi amigos. God of love. Until we see y'all again. Peace. We out this thing. Drink your water. Mind your business. And it's cold outside. Stay away from